whosoever is here. I don't know. There was like 4 people waiting initially, and now it says there's nobody. But whatever, people will show up. They always do. It's gonna be fine. I'm here with Zane, a cool voice acting person who is over on Twitter. That is the handle VoicesByZane. Is it?
Yeah, that's me. Voices by Zane.
Holy smokes!
It's me, the guy. I love to make fun voices, and I make people laugh and guffaw. So,
Oh, you
yeah,
do get a guffaw from me every now and then. It is assured.
a guffaw.
It's what you do. Yeah, so this was initially going to be a joint stream. We play together. It'll be, it'll be a cool and groovy grip time. But my PC has decided to run with the processing power of a hamster wheel. So, lofty goals. Really fun things.
Yes, lots of fun things in the life of one Zane really lately.
Indeed. And you
Uh,
have put how many hours into Gungeon?
okay, I have put
So,
at
so
last
for,
count.
for just the context, I thought I was someone who'd put a lot of hours into Gungeon, and I put maybe like 300 and something hours in, and I've cleared the game multiple times, and I'm like, yeah, cool, I love this game. I know everything about this game. This is so fun. And Zane, you were gonna say?
At last, according to my Steam count, it says playtime 3,650.7 hours.
That's a lot. That's a lot, Zane. Are you
Yeah,
okay?
well, no, but I haven't been okay since the Great Chum Famine of '59.
The Great Chum
Let's
Famine of '59.
let's see here. Let's see how many days is that? That is 152 solid days of Enter
Wow,
the
that's like
Gungeon.
half a year. How long has this game been out for? It's not even been like that long, has it?
It's been out for a bit. Let's go to the store page. Take a look. See.
Hang on, I'm just gonna make sure balancing sound is.
It was released in April of 2016, so it's been out for a little bit.
It's been out for a while. Yeah. Hold on, I'm just gonna turn it down a bit more. You know, it was probably fine before, and then I thought, it's a bit quiet. But now I'm thinking, like, wait, compared to your voice, how loud is it? Hey, and we got Royza Lindis in the chat. Hi, how you doing today?
Hi.
Is that someone you know? Is that one of your friends?
I don't know who that. Wait, yes, I do. I do. That is Roz, I believe. Yes, that is Roz of the Ad Ridiculous podcast.
Oh,
I met them through a quite shallow art stream. They're good people. They're very good people. So.
oh, excellent. Well, thanks for popping into the stream, Roz. Yeah, an excellent time. Yeah, so we were attempting to play it together, and it was working. There was a little delay on your end, but you were playing as the cultist.
Yeah, we were making it work. Even
Yeah.
if it was just bopping around, just getting guns, it would be.
Getting guns, doing stuff, having fun. Just girl
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
It was a grand old time.
Do you main the convict?
See, I only main the convict because we got a bond. You see, we got an intimate bond of personality. But no, usually it's
Whenever you get shot, you get angry and do more damage.
yeah, I just smack the table and just like hope for the best. It's weird because she's not even that great a character. She's good if you're not good. She'll kind of pick
Well,
up
yeah.
the pace. So it's like,
That's
oh yeah,
that-
I've got the sawn off. It's crap. But yeah, when she takes damage, she does a lot more damage herself. The delay
I'm
on
gonna
this
be
game is
real,
abysmal, like excruciably terrible, says Roz.
I never play as the convicts because the convict's whole thing is about getting hit.
I know, it's
And-
crazy. I'm
and
just
not-
gonna.
I ain't doing that.
I don't wanna. It's not a good
Uh,
time.
I think whenever, but I'd say the character I play as most is the pilot. Because the
Really? Oh,
lockpick-
it's a good thing I
Yeah.
photoshopped your face onto him then.
Yeah, no, it worked out perfectly. No, I play as the pilot. The lockpick is a super valuable tool.
It's very good.
As well as his starting abilities are just really solid. Like the ability to have shop prices be lower, it never like goes away. Like it's always useful, that ability.
Exactly.
And yeah, the lockpick is great because it lets you save your keys for the first room, and or for the first level if you want to get to. Yeah, your favorite is the one that's brokenly OP. The Roz's favorite is the
Gunslinger. Yeah, no, I thought you were talking to me for a second. Like, she's certainly not OP. She's pretty garbage. No, the Gunslinger is. Oh my god, the Gunslinger has that broken ability where
it's the one you get to unlock anything you haven't gotten yet and just want to like clear up. Like I need to beat this stupid rat.
No, I think I've got everything. I have beaten the rat a few times. Pick up the hunter, happy. Yeah, the dog is great. I remember during one run of Gungeon, I was playing as the hunter and I got the baby mimic, and then I had 2 dogs. It was the best.
Yeah, I alternate between the hunter and the pilot because the dog is great, and the fact that the hunter starts the crossbow is really good. The crossbow is a great gun.
Oh my god, it's amazing. It just one hits everything.
The crossbow will carry you through at least chamber 2. Like,
exactly.
It's a solid gun.
No! Just like, I'll shoot the barrel, and all the blasts just miss it completely. Gotta love the sawn off.
Again, the sawn off. I hate the sawn off.
It's not a great gun. It's pretty bad.
Meanwhile, while the Molotov is handy, the fact that it hurts you is really like
pretty detrimental. Yeah.
It's kind of detrimental, and it's like it's too specialized where it needs to both. You need to both be in an open room so you don't get on fire, and also it doesn't affect floating enemies like the cubes.
It doesn't. It only affects one of the first bosses. That's really annoying. It doesn't affect the king because he flies.
Yeah.
And it doesn't affect. Wait, what are the other? Oh no, wait. It only. Sorry, I'm thinking.
So there's the king, the bird, and
the twins.
And the twins.
The bullet twins.
Yeah.
The bullet twins are okay, but they're split up. So you got to throw it and hope it does a lot of damage to one of them, and maybe hope the other one runs into it. The king, it's not going to affect him at all. He's flying. And then in the second bosses,
the king is immune to fire because he has a fire attack.
Yeah,
so
that too.
Yeah.
But then the second boss, the snake, she doesn't get affected at all because she's in water. She's literally, her battlefield is fucking water. And then what are the other 2 bosses? There's the...
So in the second floor, there's the Gorgon. There is the Amoconda, who I hate.
Yeah, no one. I don't think anyone likes the Amoconda.
No one likes the Amoconda. The Amoconda is.
Oh, did it break? Shit. Ah, whatever.
So the Amoconda is. It might be up at the top. No, it's not.
No,
I didn't see it at all, actually. So I don't know.
Suspicious. Hey, look, it's you. Hello, Zane. Can I have some funny things? What is this? Flak bullets? Don't care. No, thank you. But yeah, you were saying about the Amoconda.
Yeah, the Amoconda is a great Chamber 3 boss.
Yes.
But the fact that he's in Chamber 2, and he is a super tanky enemy that can heal itself.
Yes!
Has no, like, really concrete patterns. Like, it just kind of spits bullets, like, randomly, so you can't memorize its patterns.
The only saving grace is that sometimes it gets stuck. Sometimes it just gets kind of
stuck.
curled up in itself.
That might be... Nope, it's not. I was gonna say, is that a mimic?
Everyone hates the Amoconda. Everyone does hate the Amoconda.
Everyone hates it. Yeah, and here's the thing. If the Amoconda eggs were just a little more fragile, it'd be a great boss.
Yeah,
but they take
were
like an entire magazine of ammo. It's
absurd. It's crazy.
Like,
yeah, look, it's
eggs.
me. Wow, I love... Right. Oh, come on. It never throws as far as I think it will go. Like, take that. Just like... Convicts been skipping out on arm day.
I do appreciate that in the convicts past, they're like, usually every other character has like as a choice where it's basically like, do you want to fight the boss battle or just give up? And for the convict, they're both like, get this guy out of your face. They're
Kill
both
him.
Like, get him. No, the convict is, it's a shame I don't like the convict's gameplay because I love the convict as a character.
Yeah, she's very compelling. She's very fun.
She's cool, and her fucking unique item is a briefcase full of cash.
Yeah, it's dope. Oh, Castle Rock, you're one of my favorites. Hello. Are you here to bless us with fun facts? Castle Rock is a regular on my streams. Oh, yeah, another crap gun. Alright, I did get hit.
Machine pistols. I think the machine pistol's pretty solid. It
It's
does the job.
it's okay.
It does the job.
I think the secret's gonna be here. Oh, I got egg on my face. Oh, I sure do got egg on my
Aw.
face.
Egg.
And right, where was the fireplace room? I think it's up here. No, wait, it was on to the left. There it is. Yeah. There must be some water around here. There must be. There's always like some slightly
There's
outside
always
of it.
something. Yeah.
Unless it's just decided to be like, haha, screw
check,
you.
check in the shop.
Sometimes the shop does have it, yeah.
Sometimes the shop has a water barrel, so.
No, nothing. Jeez. I did just use a blank in there, so that might. Oh, Go-Go Mr. Dodo is now following. That dude rocks.
Take that.
To that. Yeah, no, Go-Go Mr. Dodo. Mark, good friend of mine, has done a lot of art for me in terms of, you know, just general stuff. And just a cool ass guy.
Cool.
Guns are kind of split between two groups. One's good for dealing with ads, and one's good for boss fights. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you have your boss killer and your room clear when you're doing
Yeah.
a run.
Sometimes you get that like, all right, what's like your favorite gun to use?
What is my favorite
Yeah,
gun to
like what's a gun that
use?
you get and you're like, you know what? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what I get from here. This is mine. This is what I'm gonna use.
Every time I pick up the Zor gun, I get super happy.
Sword gun's good.
Well, I don't know if I didn't say sword. A Zor gun. The
Oh,
one
the
from
Zor
Fifth
gun.
Element, the one that where the last round is a grenade or rocket. Or
Oh, those ones from Fifth
from
Element.
Fifth Element.
Yeah.
But it also, aside from that, it has a super beastly rate of fire and damage, and the bullets track. It's so good. Oh,
It's very good. It's got explosives. It's got everything you need in a good gun. It's good for bosses. It's good for clearing rooms.
it has a huge amount of ammo too. Like I think it has like 500 rounds.
I
in it
know,
or
it's
something
crazy.
Like that. Yeah, like it's just a handy gun. Yeah, every time I get that, I feel great. And I know it's cheap, but every time I get the makeshift cannon, I'm like,
Oh my god, that's like a Star Trek reference, isn't it?
it is a Star Trek reference. It is the episode with the famous Gorn fight where where it's the super slow like reptile he punches.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, he makes a cannon out of bamboo, and brilliantly it's one of the best boss killing guns in the game. But you get one shot.
You got one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow.
So you just
yeah,
run
it's
up and shove that sucker up their nose.
It's weird because
Bam!
some guns kind of ignore the whole like max damage you can do to a boss in any given time because there's like
Yes.
Oh my god.
There's a damage cap on bosses.
Yeah.
And the ones that I know ignore it. I want to say the sling ignores it. I know that sling does more damage to bosses in general.
yes, it's got that whole David and Goliath thing going for it.
Yeah, that ignores it. The makeshift cannon ignores it. The Yari launcher ignores it.
Oh my god, the Yari launcher is amazing.
That's a great. Okay. Well, I'm gonna get Lead God in this run. The Yari launcher ignores it. That's all I can think of for now. I think that might be it. But what are your views on Casey?
Oh my god, Casey is so divisive. Have you seen that YouTube video?
Yes, I've seen the YouTube
Just
video.
Go
the
nuts
best
with
way-
Casey. I love
Also-
Casey. I will sacrifice runs for Casey because I think it's so stupidly fun to use. I'm like, oh man, I got a baseball bat now. This is fucking dope.
Let's turn this shooter into a hack and slash. We got Casey.
Exactly. I'm pretty bad with the range on it. I always think that it's either further away or closer. I just always get confused and end up getting
You don't have to be
getting
right
hit.
on him. You can be a little far back.
I know, and I try to go a little further away, and then it just goes whoosh and misses, and I'm just like, oh fuck, nah, damn it, now I need to wind it all up all over again. So
No, Casey is fun. I try. I mean, I don't use Casey on like Old King or like absurdly hard bosses.
oh god
but
no, Jesus.
I'll clear rooms with Casey. There are people who are dedicated to like when they get Casey, they use Casey.
Yeah, it's like excuse me, Excaligun and whatever the hell I've got. Nah, it's Casey
Nah,
time.
it's Casey time.
But no, Casey's a lot of fun. I know it's a bit divisive in terms of like how good it is.
Casey at the bat.
I find it a lot of fun though. I think some of the guns I really enjoy are, what was it? It's the Polaris, I think, the one that levels up the more kills you get.
Yes, the one that levels up, and if you get hit, it brings it back down.
Exactly.
To
It is.
a level.
It is a good gun for training, getting good, because
Getting good at it.
it's like right. The ultimate reward is, you know, basically one-hit kills.
Yeah.
The Polaris
Yeah,
is.
when it's level 3, that thing just tears.
It
through
tears through
enemies from,
everything.
like,
It's amazing.
yeah.
But I think one of my other favorites is definitely the rad gun.
Oh, the cheese gun.
No, the rad gun, like the whoa,
Oh,
cool, radical,
Oh, yeah. Nice.
nice. It's so good. So like I'll like before I go into rooms, I'll just be like bang, reload, bang,
Yeah,
reload.
you shoot one, you reload, shoot one. Yeah.
Yeah, shoot one,
and
reload,
you-
hit the thing, and then after like 4 or 5, like go into the room and then just one shot everyone. It's
Once you get the sunglasses on your bullets, then you know it's time to unleash the fury.
exactly. Oh, I hate these rooms.
I'm
So
pretty
yeah,
sure your dodge roll will clear that gap from one platform to the other side.
I think so. I think you're right.
But
Probably
it
right.
has to be on the very edge. Like
You know
it
what's
has
interesting?
to-
If you flip a table, you're invincible, even if you like for a second, even if you're not sitting behind it.
Is that right? I didn't know
Oops.
that.
So let me just, yep. Like you flip it, and while you're flipping it, and
Oh,
a moment
shit.
afterwards, you're invincible.
Okay.
Like
that's
nothing can hurt
cool.
you. Whoop! Oh, I almost shot you.
It's okay. He deserves it.
In challenge mode. Ooh, ooh. I'll part with my handsomely rewarded bullets. Long live the king. Oh, okay, that's easy. Die.
The Gunsling King.
Lo and so he says. Oh no, what's his assistant called again? Like manservantes or something?
Yeah, it's manservantes. Manservantes.
Ah, yes. You care to do the honors?
Goes the spoils. That's how I always read his dialogue.
Very, very good. Yes.
Reward
Yes, yes, something for you, yes, and your money.
Jeez.
Oh hell yeah!
Jeez.
Yes.
Yeah.
This one's pretty fun. This one's a good one. I'll
This
use
one's
this for
solid.
bosses. No contextable. Do you know this person? Zane, who have you brought? What riffraff have you brought to my...
No context, Abe.
No contextable. That is a fun name. Favorite gun is mahogany. Mahogany. Yes, mahogany. A good strong gun.
Yeah, mahogany's solid.
Oh, goody.
it's-
I love it when this happens. Ugh.
Yeah. Aww.
My reward? The entry fee.
Yeesh. Here's the thing. I like guns that are good but not breakingly good.
Yes.
Like that's the thing. Like whenever so what you've gotten the finished gun, right?
The finish gun?
So there's the unfinished gun.
Oh, I hate that gun.
If you unlock everything in the game, it becomes the unfinished gun. And
Wait, you mean the finished gun?
Sorry, it becomes the finished gun. Yeah.
Right.
Have
Amazing.
you ever gotten that? Have you ever gotten that?
I don't think I've forgotten that. No, I'll have to.
The finished gun is deliberately broken because it is the last thing you get. Bullets pass through enemies. The last chamber in the round reflects bullets back.
Ooh.
It has 500 ammo.
I feel like you're a
it-
waiter right now, just kind of like, ah, yes, the finished gun. Excellent choice, madam.
Yeah. But it increases your curse by 5 when you pick it
Oh.
up. But that's okay because you have the finished gun, so it doesn't matter.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. The gun, it's done, and so are your enemies. So you're fine. Whoops.
Yeah, and it is in fact the unfinished
Boop.
gun, but finish.
Is it worth charging it every time? I feel like it is. It's doing a pretty good amount of damage.
It does a lot of damage, and it clears the screen.
And I can do
so,
this.
Yeah.
Just run away. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's
everything's
fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it, guys. Don't even fret.
Lo, the good
Ooh,
Lord did
that was some
say
tasty
upon
damage.
Them, it's fine.
It stops him from doing his eye blast. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, blanks turn off his eye blast.
He goes, what? Got some dirt in your eye? gonna put some dirt in your eye.
Here's piss in your eye, friend.
Right back at you.
All right.
Is this? Oh, it's the revolver. Wrestler.
Here's the name of the show.
I used to watch that all the time, and for some reason, the one part that really always cracked me up is whenever he summoned the Warp Star, and the big tree thing was like, "Warp Star!" Just like saying it with such vigor.
I need a monster to climb on that damn Kirby.
But sire, you've already gone through all your monsters.
Sir, listen. You gotta get Kirby, sir.
Sir, you've got to. Was I gonna
I'll be
buy
got a money back guarantee.
It's such a stupid show.
How can I help you, King DDD?
I want a monster to climb that there cubby.
In my mouth, you must pee.
Oh, the black hole gun.
Black
Black hole gun, won't you come and wash away the kins? Oh man, you know what I always wanted to do? I've been wanting to get into like song covers lately in terms of just like something to do.
Yeah.
And they're a lot of fun. But I always wanted to cover one of Wheeldal's polkas because they're so damn fun to sing. Like they're just like ADHD songs, just like one after the other, really fast paced.
They are very fun in that respect.
Very much.
Man.
Oh, another underrated gun. I had it in my head. Where the hell's it gone? It's like one of the shotgun ones. But it's like, oh my god.
Old Goldie, Shotgun Full of Hate, Shotgun Full of Love.
I do love those ones.
We already covered the Sawn Off. Big shotgun.
I do like the big shotgun.
The one that's held over the shoulder and shoots explosive.
It's so
rounds.
stupid. I love it. There is oh no, that's the one I was going to mention. The Squareinator, the Pixelator, whatever it's called.
Oh yeah, oh, it turns everyone square.
Yeah,
yeah,
it
I know what you're
technically
talking about.
increases their hitboxes.
Yeah, it does, and it does a lot of damage too.
It does. It's great.
I think that was one of my first drag gun beats was the Squareinator because it was. Gosh dang it! What is that? Is it the Square? I'm looking this up. I really should know.
I know it's some kind of pun name. They all have some kind of amazing pun name, but I can't remember what it was.
And one of its synergies makes everything round.
Yes, it does. I forgot about that. There's the I do love the synergies because I was playing it before they introduced synergies, and I was like,
yeah,
oh.
I can't imagine this game without like I used to play back before synergies, but I can't imagine now playing it without synergies. It's
No.
half the fun of the game.
Oh, the A key. Oh, the A key.
Oh, dude,
I got it.
this is a good run.
You gotta get the A key.
You gotta get the A key. It's
Don't-
infinite keys.
Don't break my heart, my A key, A key. There's
Yes.
something there. There's something there.
Working on it. Working on it.
I'm workshopping it. Leave me alone. But yeah, no. Oh, there's so many. Like, it's annoying sometimes because I'll play this on a run and just be like, yeah, cool, this is a great time, and I'll get guns that I just got, or it's like really common guns. I'm like, oh, come on. And you want something more unique. So
Oh, I remember what it is. It's the rectangulator or something like that.
amazing.
Or the it's just called the Tangler.
The Tangler. That was it.
It's the Tangler because it shoots rectangular bullets and it is a
Ooh,
rectangle.
Cowboy
That's
Bebop
right.
reference. Don't mind if I. Oh wait, no, that's a different one.
Yeah, this is the one that makes health do more healing. The Cowboy Bebop reference is the one that slows down bullets. It's a
Yeah,
pain.
it's Red Eye. I love all the
Yeah.
references. There's some references that I find really
This
surprising.
game is built on references.
I know. I love the Earthworm Jim gun. Like, oh, Synergy Lady.
The Heck Blaster.
The Heck Blaster. It's so good, and they're all like just tangentially kind of similar. There's like the Judge Dredd gun. That one's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it. I've already got the rat key. Give me something good. Give me something good. Ooh, nanomachine, son. Ooh, nanomachine, son.
Machine, son.
That's pretty good.
I thought it would have.
I was wrong about you. You're not crazy. You're fucking insane.
I thought it would have synergy with the Colt because I thought the Colt was the reference to Metal Gear. I thought it was like Revolver
yeah, that was
Ocelot's
before,
gun.
that was before nanomachines. Oh yeah, no. Now the machine pistol is friggin' dope because you have this guy where it shoots electric and.
Oh
passes
shit,
through
yeah.
enemies.
Hello, everyone dies now. Bye-bye. Whoa, fuck, I hate these guys. Just the fucking turrets on wheels. They're so annoying.
Yeah, they are. But they can be cleared by explosives.
They
which is
can,
nice.
at least. I've got to keep an eye out as well. I can't remember if I've already cleared the rat room. So I'll have to keep an eye out for that. If you see rats lying around, if you see them running around,
Where's your rat? Where's your rat?
the rats.
I'm the giant rat that makes all the rules.
I had to check the stream for a sec there because I thought this would be really embarrassing if like you'd been muted this whole time.
Yeah.
Just like, Robin, who are you talking to? He's like, oh, you know, it's Zane. You can hear Zane, right? Like,
He's my imaginary friend. He lives in my brain.
he lives in my ding-dong noggin.
My brain.
I think I'm going to do one of these. Oh, wait, no, it's already
so-
your turn.
Delayed topic, but the Kirby show also featured a character, the chef guy. He talked like this.
He talked
He
like
said,
King
"Oh."
Candy.
He talked like Ed Wynn. And as someone who owes money to the Ed Wynn estate for how many times I've done his voice in shitposts and actual paying gigs, I respect any show that has an Ed Wynn reference.
You'll have to fill me in. Who is Edwin?
Ed Wynn was a comedic actor and voice actor of classic Hollywood. He was the Mad Hatter in the original animated Alice in Wonderland. Happy on birthday! And he was in live action. He was in Mary Poppins.
Oh, really?
I love to laugh long and loud and clear. You know, like that guy. And he had such a distinctive voice. He has such a distinctive voice. And to this day, people do in Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah,
Alan
King
Tudyk
Candy,
did
yeah.
an impression of his, have some
Zane,
candy. You know,
Zane,
like
a
that guy.
piece of Exodia.
Oh, the forbidden one.
The forbidden one. Could this be the run where I get the gun knight? That would be insane, considering we were just talking about that.
Yeah. I draw a pot of greed.
And then I play this, which allows me to play Pot of Greed again.
Pot of greed. It's just his entire deck is just pot of greeds.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I was gonna play. Still might play Magic the Gathering with my partner tonight. Because
I never clicked with card games.
well, I never. Oh, why am I using the A key? Oh, what am I doing?
Don't waste your 500 bullets.
Oh, there it is. What? Can I unlock this with the A key?
Yeah. Any
Yeah, there we go. As long as I'm holding it, I think. Okay,
Yeah.
got it. We take those.
So you're really doing a rat run.
Bam.
I never do rat runs.
Rat runs are fun. You get all the best stuff from rat runs.
I know you do, but I just hate fighting the rat so much.
I think it's silly and stupid and fun.
The rat boss, like the Metal Gear segment, lasts a little too long.
It does. It is like the first phase. I remember that. God, the first time I fought the rat, I was like, wow, this is a hard boss fight. And then the second time around, got to the second phase, I was like, oh, excuse me. I was like, oh my God, it's just Metal Gear. It is just a giant Metal Gear Rex. Okay.
Also, you have to, save all your keys, and you have to, there's just too much. Like, I'd much rather. I already saved keys for the oubliette and the old king,
Yeah.
hidden chamber.
Yeah, you gotta go through
I-
like as many. Right? Do you go through the bonus chamber, the dev chamber?
The one you get in the fourth one by giving him a mask
Yes,
round and
I never
two-
find it's really quite worth doing that floor, so I usually skip it.
It's no, it's not worth it. You don't really get anything from it. and
Nah, it's like a fun novelty initially. It's like, oh, this is a cool floor.
It's fun, and they got
The mahogany, your favorite gun,
Hey,
Ruz.
look at that.
Look, it's the mahogany.
blessed run.
Blessed run, blessed
Um,
run, best run, blessed run.
Did they bring Cam Clark to voice the bad guy? In that
Yeah,
level?
it is the only voice acted character. I believe it's Ken
It's
Clark.
Liquid Ocelot. Yeah, it's Liquid Ocelot. So, or Liquid Snake.
It's amazing. It's amazing. I love it. It's so good. I initially thought it was like, I thought it was the guy from Battle Block Theater initially. 'Cause he-
Stamper.
yeah, I thought it was Stamper initially because he sounds like him. I was like, oh, cool, they got Stamper. That's cool. And then I was like,
it is I, Stamper.
Quick charge a shot. Oh, I hate this dude.
Oh, it's the Mind Flayer. Yeah.
Mind flaying these nuts more like. Take that. Take that, you shit. Huh?
Cute.
I'm not even playing on fast mode. This should be a piece of piss.
Cute. Do you play on fast mode normally?
Yeah, I find it, like, it increases reflexes for regular runs, and
It's like weighted clothing.
yeah, it's like weighted clothing. So usually I play fast mode. So it's like,
You should
oh,
turn on fast mode.
I don't know, it's just become a default for me at this point, to the point where I think a friend was playing with me not long ago, and they were like, oh my god, why is it so fast? And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. Hold on, let me take off my weighted clothing.
Yeah.
Oh wow, pretty good position here. What the hell hit me? I think it was one of the, oh, it was one of the explosives.
Yeah, the explosive. You bounce when the explosive's back towards you, I think.
Ah, well. You win some, you lose some, you win some, you bin some.
So, Robin.
Yeah?
What did you think of Glaze Onion?
Oh shit, yeah, me and my partner literally just watched that. Like, we finished it, and then I hopped on the call with Zane. It was dope. It was a super good time. Oh my god, like, I still think the first one was better. That's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, that's, from what I can tell, like, pretty much a general consensus. The first one is, it's not as good as the first one, but it's still really fun. Like, it's a solid mystery. So here's the thing, like, I was watching it, and I'm not gonna spoil anything, but I was like watching it, and I was like, why this? I don't like this movie, and like they're doing something. I don't know what they're doing, but like, I'm not having a great time. And then the halfway mark hits, where the film's framing device is established.
Exactly, yeah.
And I'm like, oh, and yeah, no, it's really good.
It's really something. Should I get the Holy Grail? Is that good gun?
Get the Holy Grail.
Get the Holy
That's
Ding Dang.
Whenever you get hit, it blanks and refuels your ammo.
Yeah, exactly. It's pretty good. As long as you don't already have super high curse. Okay, going into rat mode, what am I going to bring? Should I bring the no, I don't even have enough money for the hexagon. Never mind. I don't have enough money for anything. I'm sorry. Sorry to waste your time, Shopkeep.
Oh yeah, also I don't really do the rat because I hate having to memorize the directional thing.
Oh shit, yeah. I think I've got it down at this point. It's down, up, down, left, right, left. I need to remind myself actually, because I thought I didn't know how to look at the directions, and then I realized like, oh, they're your items now. You just have them, and you can cross-reference anytime.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna make sure I know exactly. Also,
think
can we talk
it's
about the
unique for
fucking
every
bloody
player.
scarf? I hate that. I hate that item so much. The red bandana.
It's terrible.
It's
awful. Every
awful.
time-
It's so bad.
It breaks the game because it's like, no, I learned how to play this game using this mechanic. I'm not gonna fucking like change. Yeah, no.
Yeah, exactly. It like changes a base mechanic, and you got to get used to it. But it's not even that good. What I always used to do was just like teleport preemptively, and if I'm in a tough spot, like just teleport to wherever I was holding, which is usually like the top right corner or something.
I check and see if there is a cell creep on the map, and if there is, I take it and drop it in his maw.
Yeah.
If not, I don't even bother.
Exactly. All right, let's go. Wait, did I find the secret room? Was there a secret room?
You did. I think it was just the blank, right?
No, that was in the previous floor, or a couple floors
Oh.
ago. You know what? I don't think it's worth it. I got 2 blanks. Wait, they'll refill anyway, so I may as well try and find
Yeah,
them.
they'll refill. You might as well.
Where to go? Eeny, meeny, miny, you.
Abe, today's voice post, in fact, was a Benoit Blanc impression.
The one that you did?
Yeesh.
Ooh. Very cool. It is a fun voice, as they say in the movies. It's a fun voice.
I don't know why. Why would do it?
Why would they?
Why? It's one of those voices where I can't do it after I've been talking too much. I have to do it in the morning when I just woke up.
Right. Yeah. I
got it.
get that.
You need that grain, and also it's hard to do loud. You gotta get really close to the mic.
Yeah. Did I know there are secrets. I know they're here somewhere.
If Benoit Blanc was a Goron
That's just his like, his dialogue. Oh, there you are. Ooh. Open. Open says me. Oh, the beehive.
Nice.
It just looks like she's holding a record. It's like, play this one. Oh, I found a good one. Play this one. It's the Beach Boys with that song. Wouldn't it be nice?
Wow.
Oh, I've got to get back to the rat's place. Where is it?
Go to the rat's house.
Gotta get on down to the rat's house. But no, I liked Glass Onion. It was good. It's got one of those moments in it where they self-referentially say how stupid something is, and I always find that a little bit annoying to deal with in fiction, because it's like, okay, so you're admitting that this plot thing is stupid. Okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean, because it's like it's sort of like it's like ironic shit posting is still shit posting, or like ironic shit is still shit.
Yeah.
Like, oh, did this really happen? It's like, yeah, and you put it in your fucking movie.
Yeah, and you
like,
made it happen. You wrote this. This is something
yeah,
you decided to put in.
You pointing out that it's dumb doesn't make it less dumb. You just fucked up. Like, that. What video game did I play recently where that happened? That kind of was like, they're like, oh yeah, no, it was the new Saints Row game.
Yeah. There's a new one? They're still making those?
Yeah, they made a reboot.
Up, down, up. Right.
So they made a Saints Row game. It's a full reboot of the original, where it's like they don't go to space. You're not the president anymore. It's like a full refresh.
Yeah?
And the entire thing is very, very self-referential. Like the UI is constantly making jokes about stuff. Oh, I know what fucking game I was thinking of that also did that. That new High on Life game, the fucking Rick and Morty game.
Oh my god. Hey, you've been in this elevator? It's like in Akira? Or like Final Fantasy?
You wanna, we like anime? Oh man, we're playing a video game!
Wow, is that Morty himself? Come to say hello? Come to die?
Justin Roiland,
Wait.
Oh my god, sorry.
Okay, I just went down again? Wait, sorry, I gotta remember where I'm going. I think it was down, down, up, down, right, down, down. Did I do it wrong? Wait.
Oh no.
Down, up, down. Shit, I might have done it wrong. Did I go up initially? Fuck, oh no. I think I did it wrong. So I went down, up, down. I'm just gonna go right, hope that I've done it right. Yeah, I think it would have kicked me out by now if I'd done it wrong.
Does it kick you out if you do it in the wrong order?
Yeah, like you do it in the wrong order, it just goes, nope, bye.
Oh, interesting.
I'm pretty sure that the last one was my third encounter, and I just need to go left twice and then I'm done.
The other guns are fine in High on Life. There is one that I feel like.
Oh shit! I did do it wrong. I'm a fool. Oh, oh.
Oh no.
Cursed run. Wait.
There's one that's like orange and like high pitched, and it's really annoying because she swears way too much in the way that like. You ever seen a really bad improv show where they're bad at improv, so they swear?
Thankfully not, but do regale me with.
Well, it's like the same thing. Well, that's the thing with Justin Roiland writing as well. Like they improv, but they're not good at it, so they just swear a whole bunch. Like, well, fucking, fuck this fucking, what the fuck? Like, and it's swearing. As someone who swears a lot, swearing is not funny.
Nah.
And if anything, it just makes me like, if you're trying to be funny, swearing is not a punchline. It's like trying to make it'd be like if you're telling a joke and the punchline is poopy. It's like, what?
It's the same amount of effort anyway. I don't know. The kind of jokes that always get me. Well, the best jokes are always the things you don't expect, aren't they? That's the whole point.
Yeah.
Or like a joke that looks like it's gonna be. Like, oh my god, like, I think me and my partner, we were watching an old anime last night, and it was doing, like, one of those, like, things where, like, they do a flashback, it's a very similar thing, another character has the same flashback, and then another character has the exact same flashback, or, like, premonition or memory or dream or whatever. And I was like, wouldn't it be funny if the third one was just, like, completely different? Like, you expect, like, oh, here it comes again, and it's just, like, having a really, I don't know, it's completely different time. Like, that's the whole, that's what most humor comes from, like things you don't expect or things that are just like completely nonsensical. That's what I
comes to
find anyway.
comedy, when it comes to comedy, I really like subtlety, and those games don't know. I like subtlety and brevity, and that game does not know when to shut the hell up. Every character just talks and talks and talks.
Isn't
and
that game? Didn't they use like AI art or some shit in that game as well?
They used AI art. They used AI art trained on the concept artist's other art, so at least they're not
Oh,
actively
that's
stealing.
even worse.
But that's the thing, though. It's still lazy and shitty, and like I don't. Again, I just don't. I hate AI art. It makes me want to bite my fingers.
I think
off.
most people are in the same consensus.
The only people who aren't are AI art people. And
yeah, who are like the
honestly,
same weird nerdy tech bros who were into NFTs and shit, you know? Like
And honestly, get the fuck out of my house.
they're just trying to find low effort ways of being good at something.
Holy shit! It really makes me want to just break my neck whenever I see people like, don't be gatekeeping skills. I'm like, I will.
What the hell?
kill you?
You can't gatekeep what you didn't earn, you know?
You can't gatekeep. Like, oh, in that case, like every single trade is gatekeeping, because it's like, why don't you let me work in the nuclear power plant? I use this this software that automates the process. What do you mean it's melting down? Like, I don't. Oh.
Is that why in all the AI art they're all growing extra fingers?
Yes, that's exactly right. God, I really like the AI art thing has been straight up like depressing me lately. And,
Really?
Like, how bad it is, because it's so bad. Because literally every single normal human being I talk to is like, "This is stupid. This looks like ass. I hate this." But it's always like one dude who's like, "No, man,
You just
this is
don't
the
get it.
future."
You just don't
And
get it.
You just don't get it, dude. This is a new horizon.
It's like a
of
new
art.
tool.
The
It's like, you know how when they invented paintbrushes? This is like
the
that.
printing press, bro. And it's
Yeah.
like, no, it's not. It just steals from other fucking people. And the worst part is that guy who's saying that weird bullshit. He's connected to like major like tech companies. So it's like, ugh.
I know. It's frustrating. It's
like there was one guy who really was into NFTs, and he must have like a rich uncle or something, because every company did NFTs, even though every general consensus was like, this is dumb and no one likes it.
it was crazy. It was crazy for a while that like NFTs were everywhere in the mainstream media. Like, oh, this is the
felt
newest
like I was
thing.
taking fucking crazy pills.
Yeah,
Like,
and I
no
was just
one
like,
likes this.
I was like, and it was like, what was it on like Jimmy Fallon or something, where he brought his
Jimmy
NFT
Kimmel or
out. It was
Jimmy
like, look, I
Fallon.
bought this monkey. How much was the monkey? Oh, you know, it was only like $100,000. It's like, oh wow, how crazy!
Was it Paris Hilton? She goes like, this is my ape.
And then
they're like, wow.
no,
And
it's
the
like it
audience
was so
silent.
awkward because the audience was so obviously just like, okay, and they had to sort of goad them to applause. Like Jimmy was like, wow, yeah, whoa, everyone clap, everyone. And this is my monkey. I bought it from Justin Bieber or something. It's just like, what?
Yeah, and it's like, wow, look at that. And the audience is like looking at the illuminated applause sign, like, what? Like, huh?
Like even for us, this is a bit like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't want to. I got you, Abe. I said I understood what you were doing. No, AI art, and it's also like I'm just straight up starting to see like widespread like I'm already seeing like art of people I like being stolen by algorithms.
I know,
And
it's
like,
crazy.
oh my fucking god! Whoa, you got a 2-lock guy. Holy
Hello,
shit.
look, guy. Wait. There you go. Wait.
Mm.
Even better. With the key gun. There you go. No, yeah, it's really weird because like I think, and it's pervasive in a sense because they always have those like, you know, that kind of meme that's going around lately where it's like you take a picture and the AI does a thing with it, and it's set to fun music and blah blah. It's like you're basically just feeding it more information and you're normalizing the whole AI art bullshit.
Yeah, and it's like on Instagram, like all my friends from high school and college are like making the filters. I'm like, oh, you're training it. You're fucking training it.
You're giving it more power.
You're giving it more info.
I know, like I felt bad because like before I became more aware of it, I was like, yeah, I'll throw something in, and I threw one of my friend Mark's pictures into it to get a rendition, and I was like, you know what? I realized I probably should have asked you before I did that because that's basically just giving it your art style.
No, it's chill. Like a lot of people, like I use like Dolly Mini when it first came out. Like, haha, look, I made a jar of pickled eggs with like a face on it. That's fun.
Yeah.
And like, but then like as time went on, and like I learned more about how it worked. I was like, oh fuck, and like I completely stopped engaging whatsoever with it at all. No, it sucks, and it's really tiresome too because it's like the only way this is going to stop is if people in regulatory positions put their foot down and say no, you can't do this.
Well, yeah, because didn't they already have like a court case to do with it because someone tried making an AI comic book, and they tried copywriting it, and thanks to Naruto the monkey, which is a real thing by the way. So there was
the monkey selfie, yes.
Yeah, the monkey selfie from Naruto. Naruto the monkey took a selfie, and it was not able to be
saved us all.
copyrighted because it set the precedent that copyright needs human authorship. So, with the AI art comic, they were like, no, it can't be copyrighted. If it was completely made by an AI, no one's technically made it, so you can't copyright it.
But like recently, like ArtStation had a huge thing where every single person was united and don't fucking put AI art on this platform. Don't allow it. Don't like make
Don't
it
indulge
against
it, yeah.
policy. Don't indulge it. Everyone made pictures of like AI with the circle through it.
Yeah.
Like, don't do this. Like the entire trending section was this image. It was, I've never seen a more united user base in like one thing. And they fucking did it anyway. And it's like,
What
because until these individuals in positions of power fucking like put their foot down and say, we're not gonna, you can't do this. It's gonna keep happening. But the problem is there's money behind it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the
There are stupid
problem.
people who invest into it, and then it keeps getting pushed.
It's the exact same thing with the NFTs. There's too much money behind it, and then it reaches the point where it's like, well, I need to make a return, so I can't not do this. And then before you oh, that's a minute.
That's a minute.
And before you know it, like it's so, and then it gets too big to get rid of, because now, oh look, now the New York Times is using AI art to create art, and oh look, now there's an AI movie in the works. And
You know
it's
what I
like, by the
find
way,
really...
there's a secret wall
It-
in that room.
Oh, was that?
I
Oh shit, there
believe
is.
so.
Yeah. And I can use this gun to get rid of it. I think I can anyway. Nope, I gotta use a real one. Ooh! Ooh, hello. See, this is an interesting item. The I-bomb
This is a fun
companion.
item.
I-bomb
like
companion.
this
You know what?
guy.
It's more fun than the Molotov. I'll give it that.
Yeah, and it has an extremely short cooldown. And
Yeah, it's great.
really useful, and it makes the mind flare easy as hell.
Exactly. But no, so with the AI thing, it's kind of disheartening and a little bit sad in a sense that we've got to a point of late stage capitalism or whatever, wherein all the work that should be made automated isn't. So all the shit that we don't want to do. And now people are like, don't worry, you know that art that you wanted to make, you know all that cool shit that you wanted to make? We're going to automate that. We're going to make it so that machines do it instead. It's like, but that's the thing that gives me purpose. That's the thing that makes me happy. It's like, no. Go back to your cold job. Go back to your whatever. It's like...
Go back to pushing numbers on a computer. That's what
Yeah.
job is now.
Yeah, that's the only thing people need to do.
Well, it's like, that's the thing about, so for a long time, the term Luddite was negative. And the thing about, I actually did research on what Luddites were.
I learned about this a while ago, yeah. Like, I weirdly... sorry,
Luddite-
I don't mean to interrupt. Go
Luddites-
on.
Luddites were a group in England that protested the invention of industrialized textile production because they were weavers. And, like, they acknowledged that this machinery was going to completely destroy their way of life. And it fucking did!
Yeah?
And then their bosses had them killed!
Oh!
Like, yeah, I don't have, like, dates, but it's like there was active violence towards the Luddites by industrial powers.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like, yeah, we're going to automate this thing. It's like, but that's kind of a whole thing. It's like, no, don't worry about it. It's like, but I am worrying.
Don't worry about it, bro. Don't worry about it. You can just work in my factory instead. You'll make less money and worse hours and have less control of your life. It's almost like this is like a sort of, you know, it kind of tracks, right?
Yeah, it's so weird how we make these technologies to automate the things that people actually want to do. Like,
God.
hey, we've got all this technology. Maybe we could like automate the things that no one really wants to do, like the boring like call center jobs or shit like that. You know, like no one wants to do that. Literally, no one takes joy in that. Anyway,
Well,
but
here's the thing about like also the problem with even automating stuff people don't want to do. You need to create some sort of UBI system. Because if you remove people's jobs, they can't work. And if they can't work, they can't afford things. If they can't afford things, they can't buy things. If they can't buy things, there's no more velocity of capital.
See,
so, like,
This is where
You
a lot of my
need-
friends get down to like universal basic income, where it's just like,
Yeah.
hey, if we give people a universal basic income, they can just live, and that's cool. If they want to earn more with a job, that's cool for them as well.
You cannot both get rid of jobs, like cut down on jobs, as well as, and then also not have a security system in place for people who now have their job removed.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
but that's the problem currently, where everything's getting automated, but no one has any alternative.
Yeah, like what is, because it's like, and here's the thing also, as a technician, like I worked as a field technician in the mining industry, and I work as a maintenance technician in a refrigerated warehouse now.
Yeah.
These automated systems don't really save money.
No.
Like everyone shares the video of the automated pizzeria. One, it looks like absolute ass. It's just
Yeah.
like fucking DiGiorno shit. But two, I look at every single one of those actuators and pneumatic pistons and arms and belts, and all I see is your maintenance costs going through the fucking roof. Because you need to PM that machinery every single like week. And like that's the thing about machines. They are not like, oh, you just make this machine to do a thing and then you never have to pay
yeah.
money again.
There's
Like,
always
that's
going to be
not how it
maintenance
works.
to do with any machines, you know. So you
Yeah,
still need
especially-
engineers. You know?
Especially a complex like automated system that requires process engineering and like a lot of like fine-tuned engineering controls. The thing is though, if you replace people, you don't have to pay people. The thing about people is people can withhold their labor. And that is, in my opinion, at the end of the day, why, even though it's not cheaper, these big companies are pushing for automation. Because a machine can't withhold its labor. And people can. For things like higher pay or better working conditions.
Yeah.
So, sorry, I hate to be this guy, but you invited your weird leftist onto your.
I mean, no,
your
that's
show.
also me. Don't worry, I'm very much the same mindset.
Okay.
It's yeah. I was going to mention something to do with something. See, this is why I'm so bad at these conversations, because halfway through an explanation, I'm like, oh, I should mention this one point that is relevant and also good. And by the time people finish, I'm like, fuck, what was it?
Yeah, especially in the pandemic, we really saw the power of withholding one's labor.
Yeah, exactly.
People stopped working for like a week, and the entire economy shut down.
Exactly.
Like,
Oh.
I cannot exaggerate how fragile this whole system is.
It is, very
a-
much.
And I mean that in the best way. Like
The thing as well with a lot of customer service, like that, I remember the thing I was going to say now. So I work on phones, basically. It sucks. I don't like it because it's frustrating for everyone except the higher ups, like, you know, the CEOs, all that shit, who implement these rules and then everyone else has to deal with them. It's like, okay, cool. You want to talk with someone about this thing? Cool. You've got to talk to one of our representatives. But those representatives only have so much power to solve the problem because, you know, we don't want to give them too much power and we don't want to make things convenient for you. Because if we get too many call operatives as well, because we've got the automated system and we want the automated system, we want people to call the automated system first and then hopefully that deals with the problem. But it doesn't. It never does. No one ever wants to talk to the automated system. It never works. So they understaff call centers, and when they end up getting swamped because everyone just mashes through the automated things. So it creates a hostile sort of relationship between customers and workers where we're all frustrated. No one wants to be in this situation. And the people, you know, the manager, the higher ups, they're just like, it's whatever. We'll just implement these new rules. It's whatever. That's why it's so hard to get through to anyone, any company, to actually get anything done because they purposely make it in such a way.
yeah.
But that's my little rant over.
And if I hear another person say the fucking phrase, nobody wants to work anymore, especially
Oh my
to
god, they've been
me
saying
as
that for
I'm
hundreds of
working.
years. They've been literally
Yeah,
saying that for
hey,
hundreds of years.
Newsflash, jackass. Nobody ever wanted to work. It sucks. It's why the only way you get people to do is by giving them money for it, which
Yeah.
they need.
And
to
generally,
live.
you need to pay people enough, you know?
Enough so they don't remember. They only pay you enough so you don't quit. So just work hard enough so you don't get fired.
Yeah, exactly. What I love, like, I saw a video recently that apparently the 2 week notice has apparently plummeted in sort of like usage lately because
Good.
because the 2 week notice is essentially, it used to be a sort of like mutual sort of respect thing. It's like, hey, I respect you as an employer. I'm going to give you 2 weeks notice so that you can find my replacement or whatever. And a lot of people are just kind of realizing, fuck that. This company doesn't give a fuck about me. Why would I give them 2 weeks notice? What the hell?
You have no obligation to give 2 weeks notice.
No,
None. It
it's
is
not a
completely-
legal
it is
obligation.
It is a completely social creation of the last
Yeah.
like like 50 years. There is no fucking obligation.
And the whole thing behind
you
it.
walk out the fucking door.
Yeah,
like,
the whole thing behind it is like, oh well, if you don't give us a 2-week notice, we won't give you a good review, or or a good reference, or you'll never be able to work here again. It's like, I am leaving. Why would I want to work here again? Also, you were never gonna give me a reference. Don't fucking.
Don't be fucking stupid.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm glad that a lot more people are realizing their power over sort of established things. I don't know.
It's been really refreshing, especially compared to like my parents' like philosophy of like this very like almost cowed like you have to listen to your employer, and now it's just straight up like, no, fuck you, I quit. Like I'm gone. I don't want to fucking be here.
Hey, I'm
like,
done.
You need someone. It's like I don't care. It's not my problem anymore. I'm gone. Goodbye.
Yeah,
Like,
and it's good that a lot of folks are realizing, the rights that they have as well, because like I was talking to my friend River, and they were saying like, oh yeah, there's this thing called like reasonable adjustments. I'm like, no, I don't know what that is. What is that? And they're like, oh, so if you have any like mental health issues or any issues physically, mentally, whatever, your employer is legally required to make reasonable adjustments around that. And I was like, oh, that's super handy, because I'm on, I'm still waiting for an ADHD sort of assessment, and I'm on antidepressants right now, so that helps me in terms of getting some stability in my work life, because I've recently gone permanent with the job, but that means they're kind of messing around my hours. So like some weeks it's like, cool, you'll start at 8:30 and finish at 4:30. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. And it's like, oh yeah, but then the next week you get to start at 10:30 and finish at 6:30. I'm like, what? Huh? No? What? The fuck? No? So
now this policy, is this a distinctly is this I'm gonna guess this is in America, right?
no, this is like a UK-based job. So I work from home. I'm kind of happy to be able to work from home, because God, I can't imagine commuting for this every day. That would suck. Oh my God, why do I care about the key? The key is, I've got the A key.
You have the A key.
Yeah, but whatever. I like him. They're shiny.
No, I had the exact same situation.
So yeah, it's like they've put us on as full-time employees, because I'm lucky that I got a full-time job at the very least, because it was temporary. And God, I hate temp work, because it's just so, they can just drop you on a dime, and they have done in the past. But yeah, with it being permanent, they're like, oh yeah, cool, your hours are going to be just a bit weird now. And I'm like, why? It's like, oh, because we always need people on the phones from these hours, blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, why can't we just have people stably working on those hours and just keep them on that? Like, I don't get why we have to constantly be shuffling people around, especially if it's like a work from home operation. It just felt very unnecessary. So I'm going to be in talks with them regarding reasonable adjustments based on my mental health, because I need routine, and I need, it to be of a, it's like, hey, these are my work hours, and then there's my not work hours. It's.
See,
I feel like
I work in the United States, where fuck you is not only I work in the United States, I work in the state of Virginia, which is called a right to work state, which means your employer can fire you for like no fucking reason.
What? That's insane.
I don't know like the fine print, but it's bad. Right to work law.
That doesn't sound like it gives you many rights.
The term right to work law refers to state laws that prohibit union security agreements between employers and labor unions.
Wait, what? What does that? Sorry, what does that mean?
Which require employees who are not union members to contribute to the cost of union representation. Sorry, hang on. No, that was 2026. Right to work laws do not aim to provide a general guarantee of employment to people seeking work, but rather guarantee an employee's choice of being a member of and financially supporting collective bargaining unionization. So basically, they can fire you, regardless of union, I think.
That's so crazy.
No, it's really crazy. No, what I'm thinking of, okay, not right to work. I'm thinking of at-will employment. That's what I'm thinking of. United States labor law, at-will employment is an employer's ability to dismiss an employee for any reason. That is about having established a just.
Do you guys not have like discrimination laws over there?
We do have discrimination laws. If you can properly.
Oh, so right, you would need to have reasonable evidence and reasoning behind that firing. So it's like, say, if it was a race issue and they fired you for your race, you would need to be able to prove that they fired you because of your race, but that could be exceedingly hard to do.
Yeah. Oh, and also right to work state. So that's at will employment. What I was also thinking was right to work state. I was thinking of, so for example, right to work is you cannot enforce a you don't have to. Unions are not legally mandated, so that's one of the big things about Crunchyroll recently. Crunchyroll is in Texas. Texas is a right-to-work state. Because of that, Crunchyroll will not entertain the voice actors union, or even like set up a meeting with them. They don't
What?
have to. Yeah.
But can the voice actors not do anything about that? I guess they can just bring in someone else, can't they? It's like, oh, whatever.
They can bring in scabs, yeah, and that's the thing also about voice acting, which sucks. It's really hard to pick it with voice acting. You can pick it a film studio. You can't with You can't with voices because they can record remotely.
Exactly.
So yeah, that is why they went from California to Texas, from what I understand, because California is not a right-to-work state. Texas is.
It feels like so annoying when employers get away with these kinds of things. Like, well, it's not illegal. It's like, yeah, but you know it's wrong though. You know
The biggest like pill I had to swallow was if it costs less to do something wrong or immoral and get caught than it is to not do something wrong or immoral, companies will always take the former, and that is the grim truth of it.
Well, yeah, a lot of the times as well. Like, especially if it comes to breaking a rule and the only penalty is financial loss, essentially that's just,
it's a penalty for poor people.
Yeah, but also it means that if you're rich enough, you can just do whatever you want and then just be like, yeah, here's some money, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's like, oh, I'm essentially paying for the right to do this thing that I want to do.
Yeah, like parking tickets. Rich people can park wherever they want. They don't care.
Yeah.
They just get a parking ticket and pay it.
Well, that's why in some countries, I forget where, they have like proportional punishment based on income.
So an interesting little thing related to that. So I said I work in the mining industry. In the mining industry, the penalty from MSHA, the Mining Safety and Health Administration, is proportional to the net worth of the company it's being levied against.
Right.
Which is great, because you can't just be like, oh, whatever, it's not fixed penalty. The bigger you are, the harder MSHA's gonna come for your ass if they cite you. It is one of the only ways to actually get these corporations to listen to your rules, and because of that, mining safety is super crazy important, because they do not want to get fucking hit, especially if they're a national company.
Oh my god, right? Also,
Yeah,
you've got a little quieter. I don't know if you're like further from the mic or something.
Is this better?
I think so.
I might have turned my face away from the mic just a little bit.
I can always just turn Gungeon down.
So it's very interesting. The history of, like, OSHA is big, but, like, it all started with mining, because that's where you have the big disasters that kill, like, 70 people.
Yeah.
I learned a lot about honestly, one of the things that radicalized me was my job as the mining technician, because I learned about, like, the dangers of corporate interests over worker safety, and it's bad. It's really bad.
Yeah, definitely. They will get away with whatever they can, essentially.
Yeah. Until people stand together and look up the Battle of Blair Mountain if you want a fun adventure. You know the term redneck comes from striking mine workers in West Virginia?
It's so weird. You learn where certain phrases come from, and you realize, like, oh wow, that's messed up. Like, why was that an acceptable phrase to use? Like, it's the same with what was it, jaywalking?
Yes.
Wherein originally calling someone a Jay was like the same as like some kind of horrible slur, and it's just like, oh, we just let that happen, huh?
Yeah. But the striking mine workers at Blair Mountain would wear red neckerchiefs, and they were called rednecks because of it. So it became a
crazy.
pejorative for rural Americans.
That's just, oh my god! Like they can't keep getting it away with it, Zane.
They can't keep getting away with it.
They can't.
No, it was. It's also that was one of the first times that the United States government bombed people, was in the Battle of Blair Mountain.
Wow, that's messed up.
They used handmade bombs dropped from biplanes.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my god. It's crazy. It's so crazy and it's so annoying because ultimately, I feel like it's just like, hey, people just want to like survive, you know? Like people just want to look after their family. People just want to get along. And then it's always the personal interests of people in power that mess things up. It's always so frustrating.
It's not like these individuals in power are like struggling. It's like, no, I need to make the number go up. I need to make more, and if I don't, I'll throw a hissy fit until I do.
I'll get mad.
I'll get mad.
I'll get real mad.
No, and that is the true legacy of capital. It always results in workers getting squeezed until they fucking pop.
I know, and it's so frustrating because then historically it gets used in a different context where it's like, oh, you know what, we gave you these rights. It's like, no. We fought for those rights. You eventually relinquished something.
Until you eventually relented, and even then you still do whatever the fuck you want on the back end.
Yeah.
Like...
It's, gets me mad. All I want to do, you know what? I just want to live and have a good time and look after a community of some kind. That would be nice.
I just want to make enough to just fucking live. Like, I don't want a lot. Like, Jesus. Yeah, so. And yeah, now I work at a warehouse that is unionized.
Excellent.
Unfortunately, all the order selectors are unionized. Our maintenance department is not unionized, but I'm thinking about maybe opening up the topic to the guys.
Yeah, you gotta like slowly like slip some notes and just be like, hey,
You just gotta talk to your coworkers. I've already made it very clear to them that I'm very pro-union, and I don't know. You know, it's a group decision. It's not one person. So
no, that's the whole point of it. I remember I did read something wherein I think someone asked like, hey, what's the smallest you can make a union? Jonas Fresh VA. Well, Ifin isn't it my favorite Dragon Ball Fighters player? Yeah, that's me. Not playing that today. Playing some Gungeon. Jonas is also a cool streamer guy. He's come to say hi. I'm with who the hell am I with? Zane? Zane?
You're with Zane.
Zane?
Voices by Zane.
Zane? That sounds insane. Okay,
Oh,
should I do Bullet Hell? Should I do Bullet Hell?
Your call.
You know, I'm gonna do just the ending and then do a different character because I love the convict. She's great, but my God, I don't want to fight it. I don't want to be her anymore. But yeah, join a union if you can. That's what we're talking about, Jonas. Just unions, lefty stuff. If I could join like some kind of union for the phone workers or whatever, that would be great. But I'm not aware of any. Is the only issue. And it's hard to unionize when people are not physically in the same place, you know?
Yeah.
And you know what? We already had trouble with like temporary workers anyway because they don't have really as many rights.
No.
So now that I'm permanent, it's like, okay, cool. I want to use that well, but I also don't want to get fired. So it's a scary line to walk.
Yeah, it is. That's the problem. It's hard getting that ball rolling.
Exactly. Anyway, we're in the past. Look, it's me. Look, there I am in the background. Just like, hey guys, what's up? I'm gonna... But no, I love the endings. I think my favorite one is probably the Hunter's ending. Because it's just a big Wolfenstein reference, isn't it?
It's just Wolfenstein.
It's great. It's so good. And
I love this guy.
He's so good. You traitorous dog, we had a deal. You're dead.
Yeah, that's right. I'm the bad guy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get you.
I love how he runs, just like... Get on out of here. I love the like subtle lore of Gungeon as well, where it's like, oh yeah, there's the hegemony empire or whatever.
Is it hegemony?
Hegemony?
That's how I pronounce it, but I've only seen it written down, so I'm not gonna
Exactly, it's one of those. I love the lore of it. It's so interesting.
There's a galaxy-spanning empire.
Yeah. Oh, I'm surprised I've not mentioned this yet, but I did do a Enter the Gungeon D&D campaign one-off.
Oh shit.
It was really silly, but also a lot of work because I had to translate all the Gungeon enemies into D&D stats. So I had to look at all the health values and all that stuff and how much damage they did and see if I could translate that into, D&D values. And then there was a whole problem of making the weapon system. So
yeah, I imagine that was tough.
it was pretty hard. So I had to kind of make up... Oh, I'm getting my fucking ass handed to me. I had to make up a new system for guns, and I know D&D already has a system for guns, but it wasn't quite as in depth as I needed it to be. Oh, I've got a shit gun.
It's not quite Gungeon level where you have guns that shoot mailboxes.
Yeah, it was interesting. So I basically took some guns from Gungeon and turned them into D&D stats. Not all of them. I just took a few of them, so there was some variety. Like I took the Mega Hand, the mailbox gun, a few others. Shocker 5th B, hello. Oh wait, I got him. Cool. I wasn't even paying attention. I'm so great.
Yeah.
Oh, Shocker FB wants to offer promotion to my channel. Why would you offer promotion to someone with 2 viewers? What are you doing?
Oh.
I love bots. They are fun.
Robots.
Anyway, yeah, so I did this D&D campaign, and first session was fun for setup. Oh, and there's a Hotline Miami reference. I forgot about that.
Go to car.
And it was a lot of fun for all the references and setting up and all the characters. I loved voicing the shopkeeper. It was a lot of fun. But and then like I kind of copied and pasted Gungeon maps into D&D, and I forgot how long combat encounters are in D&D. So it was a lot of combat encounters, and it took a while. And I was like, okay, I'll keep this in mind for the next session. So we cut it down a fair amount. But it actually works pretty well. And with the guns, it was like so with single shotguns, you know, RPGs, stuff like that, that's easy. It's basically the same. Like you just roll to hit. That's it.
Yeah.
And that was easy. But then there was other guns like, say, a revolver. It's like, okay. What?
My wife's home.
Oh, hello. Hello, wifey.
Me wife.
I can't get rid of that message. If anyone's in the chat, please just get rid of that message. That's all I can see now. So yeah, but with other guns, it was like the revolver and stuff like that. It was kind of a thing was like, right, how many shots do you want to fire? Roll a die to see how many of those shots will hit. Thanks, Zane, for clearing the chat. Shizzle, shizzle, shing, bang, bang, bang. Wow. That sure is some text. I'm also going to make some text. Wait, give me a moment. Wahoo, yippee. Wah. So yeah, some guns were more complicated. Oh, I need to go back to the breach. How do I do it? Some guns were more weird than others. Like, if it was like a gun with a magazine, like a huge-ass magazine, it was just a case of, I think the best I could do was like, right, roll to see how many of your bullets hit. I think it was initially, like, there was kind of an in-between. Like, if it's like a few shots, like, roll to hit and then roll to see how many of those shots hit, and they do set damage. But it's not easy. Guns are hard to bring into like a tabletop setting.
Yeah. No. I once did a campaign using the GURPS tabletop system, and it was a disaster. By the end, I still had no idea how the fuck to play. I was literally just making up success or failure based on how high the rolls were.
That sounds about right.
Completely winging it, and honestly, it sucked, and I'm still embarrassed about it. But whatever.
Oh, it's a good learning experience, though. Because did you DM that?
I DM'd, yeah. And I learned the hard way why so many. I also tried to play. I DM'd one session of Deadlands, and which is a cowboy game.
Oh, cool.
And again, like, that was a little bit better because it wasn't quite as like absurd, but like, it's one of those things where you learn very quickly why D&D is the dominant rule set, because other ones are just so clunky and weird, and like,
I know they just don't work.
They're just not. I'm sure to many people it's like, yeah, of course, but it doesn't match the elegant design of D&D.
Yeah, they put a lot of work into it.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's been being created over the course of like 50 fucking years.
Yeah.
And it's like, because like I remember I was just making characters in Deadlands was so tiresome. It had like this weird, crazy like system for health and like toughness and like the different stats and flaws and I'm like, oh my god, I feel bad for my players having to work with this system.
I know. It could be real tough. My friend did another one-off campaign based on JoJo's Bizarre Adventure as well, which was superb. They did a fantastic job on that. but it was obvious. Oh, when I flip a table, it becomes hot. Okay. Okay, sorry, I
roll,
forgot I had.
roll to aura.
Uh-huh. But it was cool because he gave us a lot of liberty. He's like, right, make your own stands and stuff like that. I was like, oh, hell yeah, this is going to be dope. And I tried making a stand that was kind of like basic, but had some utility. Someone made a stand that was basically teleportation, and that broke the game a fair bit. He, like, the DM...
Yeah, I can see how that
Yeah,
would
the
do
DM
that.
had to really work around that. It's like, hey, you're in this location. It's like, I teleport to the thing we need. It's like, no, 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 you can't do that.
Yeah, you gotta be really hard with rules of teleportation. You have to, like, you gotta really nail that sucker down, or it's just
Really
gonna break.
phone that in.
You're literally gonna sequence break reality, where, like, you're bypassing boss fights and getting items that you shouldn't have been able to get.
I know, it's like, it's almost as if it's hard to make a brand new world and rules within that world. Especially
It's almost like the narrative JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is heavily controlled by a single writer and not 5 people. If all the members of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure were sapient and could do whatever they want, it'd be kind of chaos, huh?
Yeah, it would be very strange. All the convoluted situations of like, I do this and it deflects, and little did you know I had a big lunch today, so that means my stomach is less in, electricity, you know? Like, what are you talking about?
Next, you'll say...
To be fair, I do like part 2. It is my favorite.
Battle Tendency's great.
I love it. It's super fun. Oh,
Yeah, I love the Pillar Man. They're super fun.
they're so stupid. They're so stupid. I love them.
They're so stupid. That's why I like them.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, part of what I like about JoJo's is that, like, sometimes they'll just introduce things and then never bring them up again. And it's just like, oh, okay, cool. I guess we're done with that now. Okay, cool.
So I guess we're done with Hamon, huh?
Oh, I wish they brought back Hamon. The last time we ever see it in the series, it doesn't work. It doesn't fucking work.
When's the last time we see it in the series?
So
Is it in 2?
it's in Stardust Crusaders when Joseph is he's got the like stand on his arm and he's trying to get rid of it. And he's like, oh shit, Hamon, and it's like, you fucking dumbass, you can't kill me with Hamon.
This is part 3 now.
Yeah,
Hamon
you
doesn't work.
stupid old fart, you can't kill me with your magic sunlight powers.
Your weird breathing sunlight powers.
Yeah, and they just never bring it back, and that kind of bums me out because they created all this lore and all this setup to do with Hamon.
It was fun. Hamon
I liked
was
it.
fun.
And it was like a fun martial arts thing. And I was like, yeah, cool, Hamon, we like this.
I'm a sucker for borderline supernatural martial arts that are possible through physical training. Like, you don't have to be special to do Hamon. It just requires tons of practice.
Yeah, I like that kind of. I like fantasy martial arts. It's one of my favorite kind of genres. Me and my partner have been watching Ranma One Half, which is one of my favorites. It's a stupid old anime. It's like gender bending martial arts rom-com. It's right up my alley. It's so stupid. I love it.
Well, it's why I love monks in D&D. They're just normal people who, through rigorous training, like, turn themselves into fucking superheroes.
Yeah.
Dope.
I do like how you can spec into very specific things in D&D. Like, hey, do you want to be Ryu from Street Fighter? You can do that if you really wanted to.
Or do you want to be Zangief from Street Fighter?
Yes, you can be either of those people.
You can be a grappler.
You can be a grappler. You could be Hadouken Man. You could be anyone. It's dope. I always end up going into like pretty standard archetypes with D&D though. Like, I think several of my characters have just been like clerics, like big buff cleric lady. Like, yeah, cool.
You can't beat the utility of a good cleric.
Clerics are
Like,
good.
They heal, they hit, they buff. They're darn useful in a party. There's a reason why they're a classic, and every party needs one.
Are you guys talking about the Hamlet movie with Kenneth? What the fuck? Why would we be talking about that?
No, we said Hamon, not Hamlet.
I love how Kenneth Branagh did he direct the first few Harry Potter movies? I think he did. But
He directed Thor.
Thor, that's what I was gonna say. He directed the first Thor
Yeah.
movie, and that's why the first Thor movie had such good like set design and was kind of interesting.
Designed like a classic theater production. Like,
Yeah.
it's like all the characters talk like weirdos that are like, yeah, it's great. It's awesome.
Did I push the button? I did push the button.
and that's why they canned his ass fucking immediately.
I know,
when
it's so sad to see. It's like, right, cool. Thanks, Kenneth Branagh, for setting up this cool thing. We're gonna bring Christopher Eccleston in with the next movie. It's gonna be shit. No one's gonna like it.
Thanks, Shakespearean trained director and actor. Bye.
Bye. Have fun.
This is Disney, so we need to make Thor Tony Stark now, because everyone is Tony Stark.
Yes, exactly.
Everyone is fucking Tony Stark, even though the whole. Oh my god.
Don't worry about it, Zane. Hey, don't worry, buddy. Don't worry about it.
No, I can't even pretend like I don't watch Disney movies anymore. I don't care. I genuinely do not give a shit about these characters or what happens to them.
The Marvel movies?
Why would I? Yeah, why would I? They're gonna fucking die and come back.
I know,
unless their actor dies, because then they're gonna really die.
Oh,
but even then.
We were talking about kind of cop-outs before, in terms of like lazy writing, and in the back of my head I was like, yeah, She-Hulk had that, and I was gonna mention it, but I forgot. But oh my god, did it have that? It was so stupid.
Yeah, but it's funny because she breaks the fourth wall.
It was just like, oh yeah, so we purposefully wrote this really bad and nonsensical plotline for She-Hulk just so we could have that end moment where she talks about the X-Men for 2 seconds. It's like, okay. So you purposefully wrote a bad story and then she just kind of winked her way out of it. It's like, okay, so you've essentially set up the precedent that she can just wink her way out of any situation. So why would any of the situations going forward have any kind of tension or drama or any kind of...
The silly robot needs to talk to you, but it's not a She-Hulk because the visual effects are too expensive because they're working on Black Panther. Wink!
It's like, what do you mean the visual effects are too expensive?
Workers, Marvel, you fucking asshole.
It's like, what do you mean the visual effects are too expensive? You're like the richest company on the fucking planet. It just felt kind of insulting. It was like, yeah, I really wanted this cool ending, and you kind of just gave me... But it is a cool ending. We promise you it's a cool ending. The characters are saying it's a cool ending, so it must be.
Yeah, because the characters are telling you it is.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, we even brought back Daredevil. It's like, but that doesn't make any sense. What are you doing?
Also, I don't care.
I mean, I do like Daredevil, and you know what? I was excited for a cool Daredevil combat scene in the hallway, but then you were like, She-Hulk smash. It's like, cool. Are you trying to make me dislike this? Because it really annoys me because She-Hulk, for me, is like almost the perfect precedent for a show. You know, it's got a really big, strong lady. It's like, oh yes, Robin likes that. It's got lawyers. They're like, oh, holy shit, I love lawyers. Let's go. It's like, and it's got superheroes. Like, oh my god, is this made for me specifically? Do you know that I love Ace Attorney and, you know, big, strong ladies and fucking superhero shows? Like, yes, we do. Also, we wrote none of those things into the show. It's like,
honestly, She-Hulk should have just been a crime drama. Just completely straight crime drama, except there is She-Hulk there. But other than that, just completely crime drama.
What they should have done, they should have just written like a season of Columbo, and then just and then just afterwards been like, oh, and She-Hulk is there.
Just make Ace Attorney with superheroes.
Yes, I mean, Ace Attorney basically already has superheroes.
Yeah.
Oh my god, like that's one of the second cases in the game. It's great, where it's like the Steel Samurai, you know, and it's like this fake show. Like, I don't know if you played Ace Attorney.
I have never played a single second of Ace Attorney.
You should. It was
all I know is the hot clown girl and almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas. That's all I know.
There's so much more. Zane, there's so much more.
Listen, I have so many nerd points I can put into shit. I have 3,000 hours of Gungeon.
You know what? That's true.
Come on.
It's like you got your character sheet. It's like, right, okay, you got all this nerd shit. What do you want to spec into? 10 points into Gungeon. It's like, okay, well, that's...
Have you seen how much I talk about Warhammer Fantasy lore? I don't have time for more shit.
Okay, I will take the liberty of explaining some Ace Attorney to you then. So in the second... So basically, the setup is that Phoenix is an aspiring attorney and has a mentor called Mia Fey, and she gets murdered as like the first case. The tutorial case is that your mentor gets murdered by a fucking Donald Trump ass motherfucker who is called Red White. It's a doozy of a case, but you end up solving it and it's great. And then the second case, you know, you have Mia's sister Maya, and only gets mildly confusing that they're very similar names. And she's into this show, The Steel Samurai, and just so happens that the Steel Samurai is accused of murdering someone, and his actor is the one who gets accused, and you have to defend him. and it's so weird because the cases are initially like kind of goofy, but like they're also super serious at points. It's like, oh, cool, this funny superhero man has been accused of murder. Oh, what can it be? It's like, oh, the manager actually did a murder in the past and tried to cover it up, and there was a fence that impaled him, and they had to basically fuck over the actor by firing him to not be affiliated with the murder. And then years later, accidentally, a very similar thing happened again, and they tried covering that up, and it's just like, oh my god, this is like a fucking grim tale.
Also, isn't Ace Attorney, like, isn't it a deliberately, like, silly farce on the Japanese legal system?
Kind of, yeah.
It's like, where I think I've read that, like, the Japanese legal system has an absurdly high conviction rate because they literally just throw anyone in jail immediately, and the Ace Attorney series is kind of like them. He is a superhero because he is averting this terrible.
Yeah,
like,
kind
trend.
of. That's. I think I read something similar. Whoa, shit. Wherein Phoenix Wright is seen as a superhero in and of himself, because he is proving these people innocent because he believes in them, and he's just like.
In a criminal justice system that thrives on getting everyone in jail.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
as soon as
Because
possible.
in the games, it's like a thing wherein, okay, the case happens, and then there's basically 3 days of a trial. There is only ever 3 days of a trial. It can't go on for any longer. It can only go on for a maximum of 3 days, and then like they just make a verdict there and then based on what evidence they have. So I love it as a series. Like, I'm still playing through the Great Ace Attorney. Someone gifted me that like for my birthday last year, but it's slightly less. What's the word? Like, I'm slightly less invested because it's like you're not playing as Phoenix, right? You're playing as like his granddad in like
As
80.
Herlock Sholmes or something
Oh my
like that.
god, yes, it's so stupid. It's like,
guys, just say Sherlock Holmes.
No,
I think
they
he's
couldn't.
Public domain.
No, it's not though, because it's. So technically, it's public domain, but the Arthur Conan Doyle estate is very protective over the Sherlock Holmes name, and if it's being used in things, so it's slightly different. It's so weird because like Ace Attorney got me into actually researching elements of certain laws, like copyright. I find copyright really interesting because it's just like the intellectual property of things, wherein like Disney, you know, and the public domain and
Disney has artificially extended copyright laws for decades
exactly.
now.
Like, it bums me out. Like, I got fucking
to the
like
extent that it's called the Mickey Mouse law.
it bums me out because I got really mad about public domain stuff on Twitter once, and I got yelled at for it because people misinterpreted what I was saying. Like, so it was like, it was someone saying like, oh, this. I think it was like, fucking some old movie is Wind in the Willows or some shit like that. It was Gone with the Wind. It's like, oh, it's public domain now. That's so cool. And I basically said like, yeah, that is cool, but like it would have been cooler if it became public domain like 50 years ago.
It should have been public domain like 40 years ago.
Yeah, when it was like more relevant, when more people actually cared about it, and it was, you know, something that people could have actually used. And from that, I think someone with like fucking 50,000 followers or something, quote retweeted me with some just saying, I care. I'm just like, wait, wow. Just missed the whole fucking point of what I was saying. Thank you. And then I got a bunch of people yelling at me saying like, how dare you imply that it's like not an amazing thing. It's like, did you even fucking... No, I'm saying it should have been released a lot sooner. I'm not saying, oh my god.
But then like the more you reply, the more they fucking shit on you. It's just like, all right, just honestly mute the tweet and just move on.
Exactly.
That happened to me before. I once made a post talking about how I didn't like when female characters have high heels, especially in action like properties.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
And
I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm inclined to agree because it's not a very practical means of shoe wear. You know, it's just
like I like silly stuff, but especially if it's like I think like one of the things I pointed out was Catwoman and Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight Rises, because like Dark Knight Rises and just Nolan Batman in general is like it's constantly jerking itself off over how serious and real it is. And it's like, but okay, here's Catwoman, and she has big fuck-off stiletto heels, and if I was watching an animated comic movie and a character had high heels, I'm like, okay, it's a cartoon.
Yeah,
like,
whatever.
It's fine. I get it. Like, but it's the fact that she has high heels, and same with I point out her and I hate how Black Widow has these big dumb wedge heels. A character whose whole thing is doing like acrobatics and like action scenes and like running and sprinting, and she has these big dumb fucking heels, and I'm just like, why?
What
For
are you doing?
Purpose? Just
Like-
let them have flats.
I mean-
it's fine.
It's so weird as well because, like, I mean, in certain fictions, like, I don't know, video games and stuff, I don't give a shit. Like, you know, Raiden has, like, combat high heels. That's
Hey,
hilarious.
those are his sword holding heels.
Yeah, his sword holding heels.
That's diegetic.
It's it's stupid, but I love that because it's like a stupid fictional thing. But when it comes to more realistic, you know, like in movies, as you've said, and stuff like that, it's like, why are they? Sorry, what? It's more just baffling.
Every single female character in Marvel movies has fucking heels, and it's so weird to me. Like, Gamora has heels.
What?
Black Widow has it. Yeah,
She's a-
Gamora has fucking heels.
She's a fucking space sailor. I thought she was wearing like combat boots.
No, she's wearing these big boots, and she has these big, dumb, chunky heels as well. That, like, they look like space heels. They have, like, holes in them. But she's
Space
still wearing fucking
heels.
heels.
Yeah, just put space in something and expect it to make sense.
It's so fucking weird.
It does remind me of like the really poor fight choreography that a lot of Western mainstream movies have. Wherein, like, I think, yeah, it was in Black Widow, it was in Guardians of the Galaxy and stuff like that, where they just do fucking cuts all the time. They just cut between the action constantly.
Yeah, they can never. Well, because they don't teach the actors to actually fight, so
No.
they have to cut it to make it look like they are.
And they
Like,
have to
it's
shoot a bunch of different cameras at a bunch of different angles at the same time and hope that they can just splice together something that kind of makes, you know,
That's when they
continuity
actually have
sense.
actors instead of just making everyone a fucking cartoon that they can later edit with VFX, like they do with fucking. That's what they did with Spider-Man. Spider-Man's now a fucking cartoon because I don't know. We can just make, instead of actually getting an actor or a stuntman to do these things or wire work, we can just make them a fucking cartoon flipping around in space.
Well, a lot of people are saying how, like, a lot of filmmakers are just forgetting how to make movies because they're basically just shooting in giant green screens. You know?
Yeah.
Like, okay,
By
cool.
the way, I posted the big dumb heels in the Steam, in our Discord.
Oh yeah, let me have a look real quick. Let me have a quick look real quick. I'll have a quick gander at this big dumb heels. Oh my god, everyone's messaging me on Discord. What the fuck? Oh my god, they're so stupid!
Yeah, they're stupid space heels, but they're still heels because girl must have high heels.
Oh my god, they're so stupid!
Yeah, no, I hate it. I really do. It's
Oh my god.
like to use a tired phrase, I feel like I'm taking fucking crazy pills because every one of these characters has fucking high heels.
Hold on, I
and,
gotta show this on stream real quick. Just hold on, where the fuck is it? Where the fuck is it? Screen capture. Screen? Where is it? Screen? You know what, fuck it, I'll just copy the image. Ah, should I? I don't... Whatever, they're stupid high heels. They're really stupid.
Just let your fucking actresses wear flats. It's fine. I
don't-
don't like.
Those are some
Girl-
big ass heels too. Like,
Yeah, no.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
It's
Hold on,
it
just
is
capture the
such,
screen.
Like,
Here we go.
it is
Yeah, these
infuriating
heels.
to me.
What the like? I like the boots. They're cool space boots, but why the fuck is there such a
Just
huge
give
ass
her
heel?
fucking cool goddamn combat boots. Don't give
don't-
her fucking heels.
I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't like it. It's,
So yeah, so I made a whole thread about like why I think it's shit character design, and this person was just like, so you want to tell women what to wear? And
oh
like,
my god.
I'm like, no,
It's a
please."
weird argumentative tactic that people use online sometimes where they'll take what you didn't necessarily say but you may have implied but didn't actually say.
And this
and-
person had like 30,000 followers, so just
Yeah, and then
immediately,
quote
like,
it and then get a bunch of fucking and it's just
And I was like, I never said I don't think that women can't wear. I'm saying I think it's bad character design personally. And they're like, yeah, I know what you said, and it's like, oh my god.
oh,
my
okay, cool. You're
God.
just gonna dunk on someone? Cool.
Okay. Like, and that was an occasion where I'm like, all right, we're turning off Twitter for the night. I'm not dealing with this. I'm
Yeah.
done. Like,
I mean, the last thing that got me exasperated on Twitter was like, there was a video going around of people claiming it's like, wow, this trans woman is claiming to have period cramps. I'm like, okay, and it was being shared around a lot, but also it was one of those things where it was a video of obviously a trans person in some kind of discomfort, but like someone could have just put the words over. It's like trans person having period cramps. Like we don't know the context of the original video, and also it's just a way of people going like, obviously they're just pretending. Oh, it's such a facade. It's like, oh, this is just a fucking shit ass
She could just
time.
be having like fucking stomach cramps.
Yeah,
with
but
anything.
but also like it's like a thing where there is in some cases where trans women go on HRT and they do experience very similar symptoms to period cramps.
Yeah.
Just because they do, and no one is quite sure why. But as soon as you say shit like that, they're just like, oh, they're just making it up. They're making a facade of womanhood. It's like, fucking hell, man. Like,
Yeah. Fuck off. We don't take kindly to turfs in this here rodeo.
we don't. I got my ass handed to me again. Did I get the key? Oh no, I'm only in the second floor now.
We don't take kindly to turfs around here.
It's why I'm kind of glad that people are, realizing what a shithead J.K. Rowling is.
Yo, I'm still seeing like it's getting better, but I'm still really like annoyed by how many people are like, I don't want to play Hogwarts Legacy. It's like,
oh,
no.
you want to play the game that is objectively about like, what was it?
Jews?
Yeah, it's
it's about goblins kidnapping children. Like it's really, God.
like, and people who have run like alt-right blogs or something or YouTube channels worked on the game, and it's just like, oh my god, guys, come on. And they're like, yeah, but you can always pirate it instead. It's like, no, you shouldn't want to play the game.
Just stop fucking. Okay, can we like rip this band-aid off and fucking point out that Harry Potter is shit fantasy too?
It is pretty garbage.
It's not good.
No,
I don't.
like, I saw a really good breakdown of it wherein it doesn't actually make any systematic changes.
No,
at
the
all.
whole video that Sean
It was Sean's video,
made.
yeah. It's a great breakdown of just like, oh, okay, so J.K. wrote herself into a hole by having this whole slave race.
It's the one book lag rule where like she comes up with something and then a book later she has to like roll
retcon it.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, Dobby was a house elf who didn't want to be a slave.
He was just weird.
Yeah, he was a
just
weird one. He was one of the odd ones. I don't know why he didn't want to be. You know what? We measured their brains. They want to be slaves.
See, they have a bone in their feet. That makes. No, it's and also I love his point out that like J.K. Rowling is absolutely cruel to fat people.
Yes.
As long as
Oh my
you're
god.
evil and fat. Like it's so.
Did you know this character is evil? You can tell by the way I'm describing how fucking fat and huge and ugly
how
they are.
disgusting and ugly and hideous they are, and it's oh my god.
It's so bad. But the books are so romanticized in popular fiction, as popular fiction even, and especially as a British sort of
Oh, like pride
pride thing. Yeah, it's like,
Yeah,
oh, what do you
a
think of when you
cultural-
think of like the United Kingdom? It's like, oh, you think of Doctor Who and Harry
The
Potter. It's like,
Beatles and
the
Harry Potter,
Beatles.
yeah.
It's like a cultural thing that it's people bring a lot of pride into, I guess. But like, it's so weird. Just like, because I was in London ages ago, and they have like a little Harry Potter store thing there. And it's like it's the entrance to the platform 9 3/4. Woohoo! Wahoo! Look, you could take a picture. And I was so tempted to just like fucking throw something at it. I wanted to just buy a hot drink and chuck it all over it or fucking something. Like, I just wanted to vandalize it. I've never felt an urge to vandalize things before, but I just wanted to.
Sometimes you really gotta. You know?
Yeah, but
It's-
like the amount of people who were still just like taking pictures with it and just being like, woohoo, I love Hogwarts, wahoo. And I'm just like, man, you guys just.
read Discworld, you fucking clown.
Yeah, like Terry Pratchett, way better. Also,
Yeah, way
like,
better.
yeah, Terry Pratchett, also a British author, also fantasy, but just generally a lot better.
Just not only just a nicer person, but better world building, actual structural change
You know,
that comes in his books.
yeah.
A setting that evolves.
not just like,
instead of-
oh no, the big bad happened, but they were just one big bad. Go to Wizard Cop school now. Fucking.
No, see, he beat Voldemort because of some dumb, weird technicality about who gets to hold a fucking wand.
Yeah.
That's riveting, isn't it?
Yeah, I had exes who were super into Harry Potter. It was just so unnerving. We went to one of their friends' houses once, and they had a huge ass poster in their living room saying like "Wizards allowed, Muggles tolerated." I'm just like, what the fuck? Like it just.
Irish need not apply.
Yeah, it was just like so fucked up. I was like, what the hell is happening? Oh, I got an egg. I need to find some fire.
Did you get a strange egg?
I got a weird egg. But it's just like that. They're just like, oh, but I find it really nostalgic and comforting. It's like, yeah, and I used to find other series like endearing or comforting or whatever, but you gotta fucking draw a line
You
sometimes.
gotta also grow the fuck up. Like,
That too.
it's a fucking book series for children. God damn. Like, I feel we have a close like family friend. Yeah, we have a close friend, and she's very like into Harry Potter still.
Right.
And like, look, I'm just gonna fucking say it to an embarrassing degree. Where I was
Ooh.
like, come on, it's like the amount of money she still spends on like merch and shit. And I'm just like, girl, it's a fucking wizard book. Like, come on. And like, I don't want to yuck anyone's yum, but at the same time, it's like, especially when it's paired with the moral, like, with the moral disgustingness of JK.
Oh my god,
It's
I know.
Like, can you really not drop this? Are you really still hanging on to it this tightly?
It's so weird
Like-
because some of them will be very much aware of that. They're like, oh yeah, I know how much of a shithead she is, but you know what?
I'm separating the art from the art. It's like,
Yeah,
no,
I'm
you
just not. You
can't.
know what? I'm just not gonna buy anything directly. I'll buy it all secondhand and pirate anything or whatever. It's just like, yeah, but you're still like actively contributing to the culture of the series and
Those sales are still happening. Like, you're...
Ooh.
God.
less canon. But yeah, it just bugs me.
The books aren't good.
No, they're not even good. Like they would always listen to the audiobooks and I would sort of pick up on it sometimes and I'd be like, oh, this is an interesting part. What's happening? And it's like, oh, they're just describing how fat and ugly this character is. I'm like, oh, cool.
I think Sean puts it best where it's like, characters aren't good or bad based on what they do. They're good or bad based on what the JK tells you. Like,
Yeah, pretty much.
this character is bad because they are. And like, you're either on the good team or the bad team. And if
Yeah.
you're on the bad team, you just get torn to fucking shreds.
It's so weird. It's like, no, it's all about like media framing. It's so weird. It's like Harry is good and cool and great because we like him. Don't worry about his actions ever. Just trust us. It's like, do you know the animation?
Ignore that the fucking statue has literally humans stepping on a crushed pile of marginalized, like, species.
Yeah, and you know how we have the slave. The slaves, they're just slaves. They like being slaves, though. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
being slaves.
It's
They
so weird. Like,
love
at the end of the
it.
second one, they could have just been like, okay, they're all free now. Like, everyone, takes a stand and, fucking gives their elves fucking clothes or whatever the fuck. But then, like,
So here's the thing. I stopped with book 5, so when I heard that he put Christmas hats on the beheaded fucking goblins on the wall, I was like, what the fuck?
it's messed up, dude.
Like,
But then, like,
that is so dark. That is a villain thing.
but then they write, what was it? Like, Sean mentioned it how, sorry, boss fight. Sean mentioned how, oh my god, sorry, I'm just, what was it? With the, yeah, with Hermione and the elves, where it's like, oh yeah, she became a sort of like, elves rights activist, and it's framed as like the super inconvenient thing to everyone else, and it's just like,
Hermione's on her thing again.
she's on her fucking,
It's called a silly thing. It's spew. Isn't that funny? Because
Yeah.
it's like puking.
yeah, I've called it spew, because it's such
Also, hey, this is a slave race. I hate that. Like, you can doll it up all you want, JK, but she is advocating for the liberation of slaves.
yeah,
So, like,
it's so weird. It's all about appearances. It's like objectively, what is Hermione doing? She is advocating for the freedom of a slave race. Like, yeah, but the company is called Spew, and it's so
called
annoying.
Spew, and she's so annoying.
I know,
and
it's like, it. I feel sorry for any Harry Potter fans who just struggle to have any objective reasoning behind, the things that they're reading.
It's kind of funny because, like, it's like Sean points out, like, the narrator does not have an impassive voice. The narrator is very clear on how it feels about different characters and different people, and like, it's really fascinating because it kind of goes to show like how JK writes and how she applies that to her real world experience. She's an extremely opinionated, like, shitty Blairite white woman.
Yeah.
And she makes that clear in both the way she talks in the real world and the way she writes.
It's it's pretty abundantly clear like what she is into, and it's like people always like defend her. It's like, oh, but she was homeless for a bit. It's like, the fuck she was. She lived with her parents for a bit. That's not homeless, you know. Like, ugh.
And also, like, that's even worse if that were the case. That she'd be such a cruel, awful person after experiencing ostracism and like torment and like suffering. I don't
Yeah.
know. For me, like, if you experience tremendous suffering, especially at the result of being othered, to then take that energy and other people is like, okay, so are you fucked in the head or what?
Yeah,
Like,
something wrong with you? Like, have you got an actual thing wrong with you? Because that, if not, that's concerning.
sorry, I thought you're supposed to get empathy from these kinds of things. I don't know, but then again, as my wife has repeatedly pointed out, there's nothing more racist than black men. So, like,
Then what?
I don't know. The black community has a tendency, according to my wife, who is black, the black community has a tendency to be extremely racist and prejudiced.
Huh.
And,
Well, I mean,
and
everyone has the
especially-
capacity to.
Yes, but especially towards like the LGBT community.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what she-
No, I understand that. It can be. I did work with someone once. It was it was really weird because she was very opinionated in a lot of things and said like, oh, you know what? I say to my husband, you have an opinion and I'm right. And everyone laughed and I was like, what are you talking
Huh?
about? What? But then they said stuff like, oh, you know, I don't eat certain things because it messes with your DNA. And I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? And it was just one of those people who just like obviously had really fucking stupid ass weird opinions. And I was just like, how have you got this far? How has no one like decked you in the head? But then, like, I think they had made their views clear on like same-sex stuff, saying like, "Oh no, it's an abomination." And I'm just like, "What?
Oh my god. Okay.
What the hell? How did you get hired here?"
And so they went full in, huh? God.
Yeah, they went full in. But
I work in the American South, so believe me, I'm working with some folks who are very outspoken about a lot of things.
But,
Tiresome.
what else was I gonna mention? I don't know. Yeah, if you want to read a good series of books, read Discworld. It's great.
Read fucking Discworld. Discworld fucking rules.
It's cool. They actually make systematic changes, and it's really well written.
The setting evolves, and characters learn things and change, and characters have awful prejudices that they're forced to confront and grow from.
Exactly.
Great. Remember when Vimes hated vampires?
Oh, I can't remember. There was a really, I think Sean mentioned a specific story from Discworld.
It's him in the goblin's head, the bar, where there is a beheaded goblin over the bar, and then he sees how they're being treated, and he says, take down the head, or I'm burning this place down to the ground.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Cause that's fucking Vimes. That's
Yeah.
our boy.
It's so weird as well how I think people were saying like, I think you'll find that Pratchett wouldn't have supported trans people. Don't be silly. It's like, I'm sorry. Have you read
Hang
anything of what he said ever?
Have you literally read any narrative about the dwarves in Discworld? Like, the whole, like, come on.
I know it's I don't know. It bugs me. It bugs me. But oh no, I was going to mention that. Do you know the animations by Cas Van Pol? I think his name is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
I love his stuff. And my friend Katie has worked on some of his videos, so I always try and make a point of, you know, watching them and sharing them around. But he did one recently that was like the Harry Potter one, and I was like, oh no.
Does he tear apart JK?
Well, no, it's just like a funny animation. So it's
Okay.
like a parody animation, but it doesn't specifically highlight any of the inherent issues with it. It's you know, it's very sort of like, I don't know, silly humor and stuff like that. But then I was hoping, you know, I read some of the comments and I was like really hoping that someone would be like, ah, yeah, fuck Harry Potter, this shit sucks, yeah, and blah, blah, blah. But they were all saying like, oh, I love Harry Potter, this video made me laugh super hard. I'm like, it bums me out that you're catering to a certain audience, I guess. But it's like, I don't know. Sorry, I've got one. I say one of my cats. I've only got one.
Yeah.
Mia's here to say hello. Mia's here to say hello. Come here. Come on.
I love my
You wanna come up?
kitties.
I do love a kitty cat. She is so adorable. Come on. I can hear you.
Mm.
Oh, there you are. There you are. A little wriggly little baby. She is a smoky tortoiseshell. She's a little baby, aren't you?
I love.
Aren't you? Aren't you? She's got barely any teeth. She's she's a bit old. I say old. She's only like 11, which isn't.
That's old.
Ah,
That's old.
it's kind of old. Yeah. Oh, there
Sorry.
she goes. Almost
She's a
ripping my
tad-
headphones off.
She's a tad old for a kitty.
She's a little bit old. She's not quite decrepit yet, but she's getting there.
No.
But yeah, she's. What do I need to do? I don't even remember what that guy said. I'm just gonna shoot everyone and hope for the best.
Pew, pew, pew.
I'm not gonna dodge roll because sometimes that's the thing that you need to
Yes.
not do.
Clear this room without dodge rolling.
Cool. I did it. I did it. Wait. Huh? Oh, that wasn't the room.
Oops.
Which is the room? Oh, it's over there. Okay. It's like I did it. It's like no, you fucking didn't.
Oopsie poopsie.
Woo! But yeah, I don't know. As someone who, oh, it was not get hit. Okay,
No.
I didn't know if it was don't. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know. Like as someone who is trying to do some creative writing as well, it's really hard to write well, but it's easy to not be a dick. It's easy to not.
It is.
It's
No,
easy
it really is.
to not like write stereotypes and stupid shit. Like.
Hey, are you about to write a character? And are you about to? Is that character of a marginalized group? And are you going to base the behavior off of a cartoon you watched when you were a kid? Then maybe don't. Maybe you should take a pause and
Yeah,
talk
maybe
to a,
think. Maybe like run it by someone else first.
talk to an inclusivity,
Advisor of
consultant.
some kind. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, I try to be careful when I write new characters. Like, one of the characters I have is a bad guy or framed to be a bad guy and is, so, let's say, of a portly stature, but I don't want to write that specifically. Like, I'm not exactly right. Like, yes, his stupid fat ass wobbled
You
around.
don't want you don't want his joke or him to be the butt of the joke.
Yeah,
because he's
exactly. Like,
fat.
I want to write her as a serious villain or a serious character who happens to be of a certain body type, but not
Yeah.
focus on the fact that like, that stupid overweight dickhead. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
That's not a cool thing to write.
Dudley's pig-like face shrunk in fear. He oinked as he shoveled more pudding in his face.
Is that a real quote? Is that a real
No.
quote?
No, but he does give him a pigtail.
He does. He
So-
does. Yeah.
So-
It's just like it's easy not to write that stuff. Just don't. Oh my god. But then they're like, but then write a self-expression. It's like, right, if that's really what you want to write, is that the expression that you want to leave on the world? I don't want to read that. Sorry.
Well, it's also just back to like it's kind of the funny though, because as Sean points out, it's the dichotomy between bad fat characters and good fat characters.
Oh yeah, like,
Like
a
Ron's
jolly
mother-
fat character.
Yeah,
a jolly.
she's plump, and like jolly and kind and round. It's like, all right, so what's the difference, huh? Like,
Well,
both these characters are overweight, but one's bad. So,
yeah. It's like it's such a weird one because I try not to. So when I'm criticizing, stupid rich people or whatever, I try not to make fun of their appearance because of all the things that they could have done or said or whatever. It's like I feel like the appearance is like the one thing that is like irrelevant to their character.
Yes.
It's like
yes,
okay, cool. They may be a stupid dumbass who everyone hates, but they.
It's the classic. Everyone was calling Trump fat, and it's like, okay, but like the fat people who aren't horrible bigots are seeing that, and like,
Yeah, it's a very similar thing, and it's just like, okay, but he's done a bunch of other things that are really pretty fucking shit, and you want to make fun of his weight, like,
yeah. If you want to make fun of them, there's plenty to pick from. Like,
yeah, it's like, oh wow, you're an absolute buffoon, you're a fool, you're an idiot.
make fun of his failing businesses. Make fun of
Yeah,
his inability to
It's
make.
like, wow,
like,
the only thing
romantic
you can do is
connections.
fail businesses and claim on the insurance or whatever.
Make fun of his genuine, like, regular stupidity, like telling people to drink bleach. Like.
I know it's a difficult one because it's such low hanging fruit. It's like when those pictures of Elon Musk came out, where it's like at the beach or whatever, and it's like he just had a everyone was saying how he had such a freakish body. It's just like,
Yeah,
all right,
yeah.
like, yeah, like, I guess so. But the thing is, I don't think people were saying anything specific about it. It was a weird one, because I'm like, yeah, I do hate him, but also I don't want to make people who are otherwise good people and unrelated to this feel bad by proxy, you know?
Because they have a gut. Yeah, it's like, yeah, exactly.
So it feels like, you know, a hard, almost a hard thing to ask, where it's like, come on, guys. It's like, it's easy. Just like, if you're going to criticize him, do it properly.
Yeah, criticize Elon Musk for his complete childlike behavior and his weird inability to just log the fuck off and his Redditor goddamn ass personality.
I loved how... Didn't he do like a poll or something where it was like,
He did
should
the
I step
poll.
down? And someone realized that he said that while he was on his like private jet.
He said, "Should I step down?"
Should I step
And-
down?
And he lost, or like the answer was yes, and then he's just done nothing about it.
Yeah, it's
And
like, I will
literally-
honor the results.
No, you're not. And then what's great is like a fucking like schoolyard bully. He's like, well, those were bots. That didn't count.
No, yeah, it was hacked. It's like, they'll always weasel their way out of some kind of...
I'm not actually gonna commit to this.
Yeah,
You
like,
asshole.
oh, cool, you're going to commit? It's like, no.
No.
Ah, fuck it.
Well, I will when I get someone to replace me.
Yeah, but who's going to do that?
Oh, I guess I'm gonna be here.
Guess that's just never going to happen.
That's
yeah.
okay. He lost $200 billion fucking dollars.
Yeah, it's easy to not feel sad for him.
It's very easy.
Very easy.
Man, it's really funny how a Glass Onion just came out while Elon Musk is going through his fucking downfall phase. And there's
Wait,
a character that is
right, so-
literally just clearly Elon Musk.
The first thing I heard about Glass Onion was that it criticizes Elon Musk. I didn't hear a whisper or anything to do with that dude, so I'm not sure what the fuck they're talking about. like, yeah, character-wise, I can see why people might...
It is the character is so clearly based on Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Like, from his obsession with the term disruptor to his constant need to steal other people's work.
Yeah.
To pushing not tested and flawed like technology whenever he's told he can't do that, he responds with like just some nonsense gobbledygook about like, no, we're building the future.
I just loved that one part where he just rips into him. It's just like, it's not a word. What are you talking about?
It's not a word. Abbreviate is not a word.
Abbreviate? That's not a word. Or saying things that sound big, but they don't actually make sense. Well, the thing I like about the Knives Out movies is how they really focus on power dynamics, which I find really interesting. Where it's like in the first movie, it's like, okay, cool, everyone's treating this character differently because there is a power imbalance, and as soon as that is disrupted, everyone freaks
Yeah.
out, and they're like, oh shit, we need to keep this power. Hey, no, you don't want all that power. No, it'll stress you out. Don't worry about it. We'll
Listen,
take that power.
Marta, if you need anything, you just ask us. And then like the moment like, you little bitch, get out!
Yeah, exactly. It's
Yeah.
like, hey, we'll look after you. And then she hits them back with that. It's like, hey, don't worry. I won't let anything happen to you. And they hate that. They hate
Yeah.
it so much. They're like, no, that should have been us looking after you. Oh, it's wrong. It's super interesting. I love the dynamic.
Yeah, it's great.
Shit, where am I going? And, you know, it's very similar in the
Where
second
you
movie. Where, I don't know, and it's like people's integrity and how it's tied to them as a person. And it's just, they're good
Yeah.
movies. I enjoy them greatly.
Just the also the inherent I also like I just really like how like one of the things of the movie is the rich are protected by the systems in place, so you have to go around, you have to think around the box and not necessarily legally to get back at them.
Exactly.
Like, if you play by their rules, you're not gonna win. So get a fucking hammer and start smashing.
Yeah, that was a good solution. That's me. What?
Well, it's a great foreshadowing with the opening scene. She opens the box
And
with
just-
a hammer.
yeah,
like she doesn't solve the dumb puzzle. She just fucking breaks that shit.
I loved it. Where it's like everyone else is doing these stupid ass children's puzzles. And
And it's like, I'm not wasting my time. I'm opening
it's just like,
this.
fucking hell. And I like how, like at one point during the movie, like everyone's like, you didn't actually do anything. Like you didn't do any of this stuff. You didn't make the box. You didn't design it. You didn't think of the murder mystery. You commissioned someone to do it. You know.
Yeah, everything to the hourly dong on the island is the work of someone else that he just paid for and is taking credit for. Which again, Musk.
Yeah, he does that. I find it absolutely hilarious how Musk has bought the title of founder from several companies.
Oh yeah,
Like
he has nothing to do with fucking Tesla.
No.
Like he knows nothing about cars or space. Like
No.
he just foots the bill.
Yeah, he foots the bill and he puts his name on it and he gets to pretend to be Tony Stark.
God, I
He's-
can't believe
he's
he's
such a
in Iron Man 2.
Turd. Okay,
He's in Iron Man 2. And
I
that's,
know,
like,
I hate it.
That's one of those cameos that's gonna age like
Damn.
fucking Donald Trump in Home Alone 2.
Wait, okay, sorry, I gotta make sure it's down, up, down, right, right, left, I think. Oh, I got the cat throne. Dope.
Oh, the Catherine's great.
Oh, it's very silly. But like, oh wait, okay, down, up, down, right, left, left. Okay, down. Like it bugged me like when I was still watching Rick and Morty at one point and Elon Musk showed up and I was just like, what the fuck are you
does
doing
he
here?
Really?
Yeah, it was just sort of like,
Of course he fucking does.
what? And then like I was watching Star Trek Discovery and at one point they name drop him as one of history's
the
greatest
great
inventors.
thinkers.
Yeah. It's like, you
Yeah.
know, like Einstein, Tesla.
Squingle Squarscotch the Fourth.
Yeah,
'cause
and
there's always,
and
always
who could
two
forget Elon Musk? And I was just like, no, you've taken me out of it. No, no thanks.
Real...
Like,
Elon Musk is everything that Star Trek isn't. He's a fucking capitalist. Like Star Trek is about us escaping from the modern trappings.
yeah,
of
one of my
capitalism.
favorite episodes is it's one of the early Next Generation episodes wherein people from the past are unfrozen, and one of them is like this like fucking stock investor banker dude. He's like, I've got to check with my lawyers to make sure my events, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, dude, it's been like 1,000 years. No, it doesn't exist anymore.
We don't use money.
Yeah, and he's like,
anymore.
but why? What's the point now? He's like, well, we exist. All our basic needs are, you know, provided for. So like, the only thing we need to do is self-fulfillment. You know, no one joins Starfleet because they want like a big house or some shit. You know,
They do it because they want to explore space.
Okay, I've done down, up, down, right, right, left. Okay. Yeah, they do it because it's a passion. People can just follow their passions. If you just want to sit down and, you know, do fuck all day, you can do that. You know, there's no like issue to do
No one's
with.
forcing you to go work in the engine room. Like it's and that's why it's a utopia.
Yeah, exactly. Ah, I love Star Trek. Star Trek's great.
So here's the thing: when I was a kid, I didn't like Star Trek because I like Star Wars and I like pew, pew,
Obviously,
pew, pew,
obviously,
pew, lasers.
obviously.
And then I got older, and I like Star Trek more now because it's about world building and depicting a post-scarcity society in space.
Yeah, exactly.
And-
It's
and-
kind of scary
and the
because
delicate network of diplomacy in space. It's really great.
It's scary in a sense because it's like, oh, cool, we had to have World War III in order to rebuild. Oh, that's kind of a bummer.
You know, from the ashes.
From the
that's how it
ashes,
works.
rise the phoenix, like the gun I'm using.
Hey, you gotta break it down to build it back up and all that.
Exactly. Would these fuckers just die? Jesus Christ. What if I blow them up? Well, I got one of them. But yeah, I love Star Trek because it explores all these cool things. I remember there was one episode where an alien race is brought on board and they're like, oh, where are your kitchens? It's like, we don't do that. It's like, what do you mean? It's like, we don't have those. We just replicate everything. It's like, oh, well, we have this goat. We have livestock. And it's like, oh, we stopped like the enslavement of animals like hundreds of years ago. And it's like, oh my God, that's cool world building. It's cool. I like it.
Yeah, no, it's awesome, and that's half the fun of the episode. It's like, hey, we have this race here that does this really weird thing, but it's not really weird. It's what the viewer does, but we're gonna show it as being weird because it's the future.
It's the future, baby.
He says Earl Grey, hot.
Tea, Earl Grey, hot. I love it. I love it so much. And
Picard is such a good fucking character.
he is
and that's why I
amazing.
hate-
He's like my favorite.
that's
I
why
wish he was
hate
my
Star
dad.
Trek Picard so much.
Oh, I watched. See, the first season of Picard, I thought this is something. This is all right. Second
This is
season.
a thing. This certainly is a thing. I'm
Yeah, I was like, I mean, I like Data. I like how they kind of wrapped his story
Yeah.
up. That was kind of cool,
Yeah.
I guess.
watching. Data's always good.
Yeah,
Everyone likes Data.
everyone loves Data. Why the fuck did they kill him? Everyone's like, yeah, Data, the best character. He'll sacrifice himself. It's fine. Don't
Oh, yeah.
worry about it.
He's dead. He's dead as hell.
But yeah, it's I don't know. I thought season 2 was kind of better, but I didn't like the whole time travel stuff. I watched Star Trek because I want to see a fun, cool future, not to see 20th century border control, you know?
Just once you introduce time travel, just the whole fucking thing starts to fall apart, in my experience, because once you introduce time travel, you remove stakes, because the question is always, what is time travel? Just fix it with time travel. You have time travel. I know you have time travel.
Exactly. It makes it difficult. I mean, at least with Star Trek, they set it up as such a rare, hard-to-do thing. You know?
Yeah, it's a fluke. Like,
It's like,
not,
okay, this is like a one-off. We can't do this every time. Like, one of my favorite, I think my favorite Star Trek movie is First Contact, and that's a cool time travel movie. And it has the Borg in it, and it's dope. And Data doesn't die.
Man, the Borg are so fucking cool.
They're dope. I love them. Like, they're really interesting, and I kind of liked what they did with the end of season 2 of Picard, because it kind of made sense. Like, oh, cool, they're joining the Federation. That feels fitting. That feels like something that should have happened. Because, you know, the Klingons, they joined the Empire. Of the Empire? The
Federation.
The Federation, yeah. This isn't like Mirror Universe. Ugh. See, this is my least favorite attack pattern. I hate this one.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I love Star Trek for a lot of reasons. It bums me out that they kind of mess around with it sometimes and fuck it up. But it makes me think of some of the early, oh shit, fuck off. Next Generation episodes as well, where it's so cool because they introduce like things from the past that's just like a novelty at this point, where it's just like, oh yeah, Riker, what are you doing? It's like, I'm making an omelet. It's like, Riker, what the hell are you doing? What do you mean you're making an omelet? It's like, yeah, it's like a thing that we used to do. We used to just make food. Yeah,
well,
did you know that?
In Picard, he's cooking a pizza.
Oh yeah, so he learned how to cook better. Do I have any better guns? Why are my guns so shit? Oh my god, oh my god. I'm
Riker cooking a pizza.
Yeah, and he goes, red alert! Burnt.
Burnt tomato.
Burnt tomato. It was really tragic as well that we learned that they actually lost a kid. Like, him and Troy lost a child, which is really sad because Troy's mum also lost a child. So it's like, oh my god, you just like, it's like a family curse.
The trauma Congo here. Trauma Conga. That's not Congo.
Trauma Conga. Oh, I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. Oh, I'm dead.
Tell me, man, the rat. I hate it.
If I had some better guns, I think I could have done better. Because what the hell was my loadout? Like the fucking garbage guns. I should have got some better ones. Oh man.
Hate the rat.
The rat. The rat.
The rat.
But man, no, I love Gungeon. Gungeon's a good ass game. So why have you sunk so much time into it?
So Gungeon is my hangout and vibe game.
Right.
It's the game where I get home from work and I pick it up and play like a run of Gungeon and repeat that over the course of I'm cleaning the house. Let me take a moment and just play a floor of Gungeon.
Yeah.
And I leave Gungeon up. Or like, oh, you know what? It's like 9 o'clock. I'm going to bed in like an hour. I don't want to like start up Total War because I don't want to get distracted, and I don't want to get committed to a game, because especially if I'm gonna go to bed soon. Let's just play some fucking Gungeon. Also, Gungeon is my podcast game. I put it on mute and I listen to YouTube video essays and podcasts in the background.
Oh, cool.
And that is
also
my
hi Twix.
weird...
Hello.
That is my weird I'm on the autism spectrum, so like that's my weird autism.
No, I totally understand.
Like that's my cooldown where like after I've had a really stressful day, I put on a Red Letter Media video and I play Gungeon, and that just makes me a human again.
I understand. My partner's very autistic. She even says it in like her Twitter. It's like super autism. It's like, yep, that's why I love her. And she's very into routine, doing her own things. But yeah, routine and certain things, they just help sometimes. So
I don't know what's up with me. I've heard maybe it's an ADHD thing, the whole like multiple forms of entertainment at the same time. I don't know.
Oh no, I'm very much up that alley. I remember one of my exes, they'd come into my room and just be like, Robin, this is too much. You're like watching a video and also playing a game and also playing a different game on like a different thing. And I'm like, yes,
Yeah, like in
it
another
doesn't feel
window.
like enough.
I was like cookie clicker running in another window, like while I'm playing Gungeon and listening to a YouTube video. So like, yeah, no, believe me.
It's why it's really hard for me to focus on making videos a lot of the time because I'd like to. I mean, there's more comic dubs and stuff that I want to get done, but I really struggle to just focus on them because I'm like, no, I want to have something else on in the background to also look at and do. But you can't really do that when you're editing because you need to pay attention.
You need to hear what you're doing.
Yeah, you need to hear what you're doing. Otherwise, you're constantly just pausing things, and it's just annoying.
And that's why I kind of make it like a ritual. I get home, I work on the video, and then I start doing other stuff.
Exactly. Blech.
Yeah.
No Twigs. I'm not speedrunning. The only game I have ever even attempted to speedrun is a little indie game called Downwell, which is actually referenced in Gungeon. Funnily enough.
Oh, is it? Is it the backpack or is it the blue gun that shoots the rectangle?
No. So Downwell is referenced by the shoes. They're the gun boots. They're the gun boots.
Gun boots.
And the caption is even that goes down well. Like the game.
That's fun.
Yes, I like it. It's a fun little reference. It's referenced because Devolver Digital also published or whatever Downwell, and I love that game because it's a fun little roguelike kind of where you just fall and you need to hop on enemies to rack up a combo, and the combat's really satisfying, but it is randomized every single time, and that is why it's kind of hard to speedrun. Whoa, Twigs! What the heck? You can't just follow me. That's crazy.
Yeah, if you're a Devolver game, you have a reference in Gungeon. Like, it's just how it works.
Yeah, obviously. But no, I love Downwell. Oh no, no, no! Now my projectile is gone. Alas. Because I for a while I was speedrunning it and I got pretty good. Like I got a good pattern going, but I have really low stamina when it comes to like playing games repetitively.
I find no joy in speedrunning.
No, I found it really hard
if I'm playing
to
a game,
do.
I'm taking my fucking time. In fact, I'm doing certain rituals that will speed up the game's runtime.
Exactly,
Like,
and you know, I'll just end up getting frustrated. Like, oh my god, like I've just been doing this over and over and over and over again, and I'm not getting any better, and I'm just getting.
Yeah.
Whoa, yeah. She knocked off my fucking headphone.
Like, oops, you made one mistake. Better start over this 6-hour game.
I know exactly. I don't have the patience for it. Also, hi, Little Witch Bee. Thank you for coming into the stream.
Oh,
But no,
we got some people coming.
yeah, we've got a few randos popping in. How nice, how nice. But no, I don't generally do speedruns. I feel like speedrunning is almost a very privileged thing to be able to do. If
yeah,
you get,
I reckon so.
if you get
have the
me.
time to dedicate to
like, yeah, you need to
I
have
got a job.
Yeah, me too. I've got like a full-time job. I can't be like wasting. Well, I say wasting my time. I can't be spending all my time doing speedrunning. It is
Yeah.
not a viable usage of my time. And especially because like there's so many other things I want to do. Like I got a motorbike recently and I've barely been able to use it because one, it's winter, and two, I don't have anything to go out for lately.
Right.
Which is super annoying. Because I thought it. Oh, also, it wasn't like an accident or anything. But on the back of the motorbike, I had like a carry case for just like, you know, whatever, so I could do errands of shoppings or whatever. And I was on my way into town once, and it just fell the fuck off. Like I was going down a hill and just heard like a crash, and I was like, what the fuck? Did like something happen behind me? And the carry case had just fallen off, and I was like, oh no, that's not great. What happened? And I thought that maybe it was because the area I live in is so hilly that like it just kind of wobbled the screws out and they came out. But no, the screws just sheared off. They just snapped, and I was just like, what the how? So that's just another thing I got to deal with soon.
Shit.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Like I want to be able to do more things, and speedrunning just takes up way too much time.
It just, I don't derive any joy from seeing the timer go down because literally the only thing that's going to come of it is someone's going to break your record too. So like, good job.
I'm like, wow, cool.
Thanks.
I like watching
No.
videos about speedrunning.
I like watching videos about speedrunning from the perspective, like, the philosophy of it and the industry around it.
Yeah.
Like, I remember there's this one YouTuber I really like, and he made he speed ran Just Cause 3. An absurdly huge game.
Wow.
And
Hey Zane, why do you think he did that? Just
for
cause.
the fun of it.
No, just
Oh,
cause.
right.
Sorry, I got you gotta do pun. Oh fuck. Twiggy, I have been playing this game since about 2020, or maybe 2019, maybe 2018. A few years.
Can I be honest with you about something?
Go.
Since we've been talking, I've been playing Gungeon.
Zane! You've been doing better than me, haven't you?
No, I don't know.
Probably.
I'm not trying to do the rat, so like.
Well, I am. I'm gonna beat the rat.
I'm not gonna beat the rat. I don't want to beat the rat.
You
I
should.
care not.
I care not of this ratty business.
Of this ratigan.
Ratigan!
Oh, ratigan. Oh, ratigan.
Look what I got!
Oh, world's greatest criminal mind.
Got motherfucking Casey.
Casey at bat.
Speaking of Casey, yeah, so Casey Mungio,
Oh yeah.
you got me like inspired to do more things. Like, it's just like, it's nice to have sort of someone almost to look up to in a sense. It's like, oh yeah, you're a super cool trans voice actor. You've made it. You've been in like Pokemon and JoJo and all this shit. And it's to the point where I'm like trying to not, I don't know, like in the past, like when I was very young, I almost formed like parasocial relationships with people, and I'm trying to really avoid that. It's like, right, this is just someone I look up to. I like their work. Yeah. I'm going to maybe try and interact with them now and then on Twitter, just say hi and like reply to shit, but I'm not going to overstate like the relationship, you know?
Mm.
And that's hard to do sometimes. But yeah, no, I love their work. It's so cool. And they do like a bunch of retro modding and shit. Like they modded an old Tony Hawk game, like an audio mod, so they're just doing all the voices now. And it's just like, whoa, I want to do that. I want to mod games where it's just me.
The bugger is Shinji. They've earned whatever they want. Like they can not work for the rest of their life if they so chose.
Yeah, exactly. It's so cool.
Fucking Shinji.
Shinji. It's interesting finding out what they've been in as well. It's like, oh, they were in Pokemon. They voiced the whole like Cinderace line. That's cool. Oh, they also voiced this person in Pokemon, and then these two other people in Pokemon. Oh, and they were in JoJo. Oh, and Bugsnax, and oh my God, they're fucking everywhere.
They're working voice actor. They're in there. They in there.
They do be in there though.
Yeah.
That's why I'm excited to get my, I don't know, just website sorted soon. I'm gonna be in a game soon, but that's only because my girlfriend is working on it and she's getting it published soon. So that's like my one privileged bit of, you know, getting a role in something.
Thankfully, what the indie game market doesn't have that weird, like, you have to be in California or Texas mentality that anime does. If there's like the majority of my work has been indie games and video games, because most of them are just hanging out on Twitter and they're like, hey, I'm gonna be in the game.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, no, that's awesome. I was in another game ages ago. Oh no, called what the hell was it called? It was some kind of like space alien dating simulator, and I got to be like a cool like non-binary bug alien, and that was fun.
Fun.
What the hell am I doing? I'm gonna do just like only fucking melee weapon run.
I got some fun projects up the pipeline that I can't really talk about.
Talk to me about it. Talk to me about it.
Well, I can't NDA. I can't really talk about what
Who cares? Talk to me about it.
But,
No. I get you.
No, but let's just say they're very, like, one of the characters is very Zane core. Like, very, very, like,
What?
when they gave me the script, I just started cracking up laughing.
Oh,
I'm
amazing.
like, okay, so you turned me into a cartoon character, got it.
Amazing.
But there's that. There's another thing that's really fun that was also inspired by, like I said, these fucking shit posts I do. Like, people hear them and they're like, hey, do you want to be in my indie game? I'm like, yeah, sure.
Hell yeah,
Hit me up.
that's goals.
Hit me up, dog.
It's awesome. I mean, the only thing I can say about the game coming out, well, I can talk about it because it's called Pet Pal. My partner's making it. It's getting published soon. She's wanting it to be on like any console she can get it on. I think it's just going to be available on everything. It's like a quirky little fast-paced platformer, and it's really cute. But like, she does everything on it. Like, she is the art designer, she's the coder, she's, you know, the level designer.
Solo developed,
Yeah, and I'm just like constantly impressed by it. She's like, yeah, today I worked on making buzzsaws and I drew them and coded them and put them into the level and tested it. I'm like, Jesus Christ, you're just like amazing. What the hell? Oh no! Fuck. Well, I just got.
Oh no!
Oh
Anyway.
no! Heavens! I'm gonna do a quick restart on that because that was a misstep. I'll probably
Oh, mate.
make this the last one as well because it's New Year's Eve here. You know, it's New Year's
yeah.
in half an hour. Wait, hour and a half. But yeah, so with Pet Pal, like she said, like, yeah, you can do the voices. So I do like the intro thing where it's like, it's recommended to use a controller, you know, shit like that. And I'm gonna do the opening intro cutscene because she wanted it to be a lot like Wind Waker's.
Talk about a lame flight. No food or movies.
Yeah. And then we have a joke where she's gonna make one voiced character just for me, who's gonna have an absurd amount of dialogue, and if the player like walks away from them before they're done, it turns into like a secret boss fight or something.
My God.
So that'll be fun and silly. But yeah, I mean the whole goal, like with any voice actor, is just to be in more shit. Like you just want to do more stuff.
Ain't that the realist? I just want to be in more shit.
Yeah, I just want to be in more stuff. Yeah. Like,
I'm not in this for the money. I don't feel like even the big leagues pay like absolute crap. I just want to have fun and do like something that I can point at and go, hey, look at this thing I did. Isn't that cool?
Exactly. I mean, ideally, I'd love to maybe like get it to a point where I'm doing enough voice work that I could just work part-time and then spend the rest of it on voice stuff. That would be cool if it got to that point, if I was a freelancer. But in the meantime, now I just really want to be in more stuff and do more things. I swear I kind of felt bad at the end of this year because it was like all these voice actors I know going like, yeah, this is all the stuff I've been in this year, all these projects, and I'm just like, oh,
yeah,
fuck, I've done like.
You'll lose your mind if you look at that.
I know, and it's
no,
tough.
Trust me, as someone who feels really bad, like trust me, I've been struggling with that myself, and it's only by aggressively punching my brain and saying, don't compare yourself.
Exactly.
I've been able to keep my sanity these last few weeks. Because, man, people book some really cool shit this year.
I know, it's like, it's crazy, and I'm like, wow, I am one part, like, super proud of you. I'm trying to be like, the front face is like, wow, amazing, well done. And there's a small part of me that's just having a hissy, like, no, I wanted to do that.
No, that's the human condition. Right
I know,
there.
it sucks, I hate it.
Pretend it doesn't exist is to lie to yourself. So what matters is how you react to it. So you're doing the right thing. You're congratulating folks, and you're showing support, and you're internally going, but it's internal. So it's okay.
I know, yeah, like, that's the whole thing. It's insane to say, like, no one feels like that. It's like, no, everyone feels like that. You just gotta...
Everyone is jealous. Everyone wants to succeed. Yeah, come on. Like, yeah.
It's just natural, baby. Yeah, so that's...
natural.
I think I'm gonna take a cue from your book and see if I can just make silly things.
Just make art.
Make art!
It will make you feel better, and if you get a gig from it, that's great, but it will make you feel better more than anything else. Like,
exactly. I mean, like I spoke about my friend Katie before. You literally dubbed one of the comics. It was the fishing one you did.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I was going to dub one of her. Go on, you were saying.
I started doing the voice posts in early 2020. I just lost my job, and the pandemic was starting. I was absolutely depressed, and I was at home, doing job applications, and I started just doing. I already made voice posts, but nowhere near as regularly as I do now. And I was doing it because I would just be like, I just want to do something as a treat for myself to make me feel good and have fun. And years later, I'm still doing it.
Yeah.
But
that's inspiring, Zane. You are an inspiration to us all.
Thank you. Thank you. It all started because I was horribly depressed and I needed something to feel like a human being.
Yeah.
And you create art. That is the way you do it.
Just make.
Just make, yeah.
I always
Doesn't be
struggle because
good.
it's like the sort of dichotomy within where it's like, I want to make something, but no, I should make something that's appealing and good and well made. I was like, no, just make anything. Fuck it.
If it's one thing I've learned from my favorite filmmaker, Guillermo del Toro, make art for one person and one person only.
That's you.
yourself.
Yeah, I think
You.
I learned a very similar lesson from Alex Hirsch, because I remember he was talking about the behind the scenes of Gravity Falls, and it's just like, this is such a weird, quirky show. Like, what's your like target demographic? It's like me.
Me, yeah.
I made it for me, and like, I remember talking about people, like, because I'm also trying to do creative writing as well, and I remember mentioning, like, someone said like, oh, so is it like young fantasy for like young people or whatever? It's like, no, it's for me. Like, if it happens to fall within that bracket, then cool,
If
whatever.
young people like it, great, but
Yeah.
it's not, I'm not writing it for this group, I'm writing it for myself.
Yeah. It's like, if it appeals to them, bonus, whatever. And if I maybe have to make a few tweaks to fit into a certain demographic, whatever, cool, whatever makes it easier. Like, if I have to
Let's
get rid of a few fucks here and there, then great.
A lot of people give me voice requests, and I'll be like, yeah, I mean, I'm like, I'll entertain it, but the main criteria if I do a voice post, if it makes myself laugh, like if I record it and giggle to myself, I know I got a keeper. If I'm doing something, I'm like, this isn't funny, like I'm not doing it.
Exactly.
Meow.
You a noisy baby. Oh, she's so baby. Yeah, like, I mean, I always want to make things for myself, but I struggle a lot of the time with making in general. Like, so that's why I thought, like, right, to get me back into making just for me, I'll make comic dubs, you know, and it allows me to be creative in a sense with, like, Photoshop and other things like that.
Yeah, you teach yourself stuff too by just fucking around.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, definitely.
I never knew how to edit, do video effects or edit video, and I learned just by fucking around with my pirated copy of Sony Movie Studio.
I mean, you're a legit copy, right, Zane? The Zane?
No, I stole it.
Oh,
It's-
okay.
I don't know. No, I don't know where I got it from. I remember getting just a link and I just downloaded it, so I don't remember paying money.
Someone just gave it
so-
to you, I think. I think a friend just dropped it off in your mailbox in an
Yeah,
undisclosed
it was a
floppy
gift.
disk.
It was Yee.
But no, so, I mean, that's one of my resolutions this year. I want to make more stuff. But, you know, having a job sucks, so it kind of mentally makes it difficult to be in a creative state, because you got to deal with all this other stuff.
That is the factor too. Like a lot of people, sometimes I see auditions and like I genuinely would like to try out for a thing, but I get from work and I'm just so burnt. And I'm like, oh my god.
I know.
No.
It's the great depressor.
Well, I used to be on Voices.com. Like, have you heard about Voices.com?
I think I've heard of them. Yeah, I mean, sometimes I'll look for auditions on like Casting Call Club and shit like that, and or just like anything that's posted around Twitter.
I was on Voices, and I genuinely stopped and let my, one, because I don't like their business practices, and I think they don't respect talent, but two, it was all just these really dry, horrible, like, commercials, and I'm like, I don't want to book any of these. The money's not that good, and they're all so depressingly, like, they're all, like,
Dry.
either mobile game ads that fucking lie, or they just, like, are there like office management software. I'm just like, I don't care about booking any of these gigs. So I just stopped. And I'm glad I did, because now apparently they're going the way of Fiverr, where you can criminally underpay your actors.
Wow, that's cool.
That's fun. That's great. Not like that was one of the few avenues for people not in California to get commercial work. Whatever. Cool.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, it's it's a shame. It's really sucks how hard it is to be in a creative industry that, you know, is either specifically catered to one location, or you got to just take whatever crap things that they throw at you. You know.
Yeah, you know, we had an animation studio in fucking Connecticut with Blue Sky until Disney shut that
Oh
shit down.
no!
Thanks, Disney.
Fucking-
Much appreciated.
That sucks. I mean, I'm always wondering about like what options I have in the UK here, because it's like most of the voice acting stuff I'm really interested in is in the US, which is like worlds away, you know, unobtainable. So
Richard Reed and Ellie, his wife.
Richard Reed from
are
the
partner.
Fantastic Four.
Yes, Richard Reed. voice actor Richard Reed, he is in the UK and he does a lot of video game work, so they obviously have stuff there.
Oh yeah, there's actually TT Games, Traveler's Tales.
Yeah.
They're based around near where I am actually. I had an interview with them once.
Really?
Yeah, like weirdly, I had a friend who gave me a sort of inside scoop that Traveler's Tales were hiring game testers. And I got there, and it was weird. It was really weird because they still do all the Lego games at the moment. And
they do.
one of the first things they asked me was like, "What's your favorite Zelda?" And I was just like, And I think I said Spirit Tracks.
What? Which one is that?
It's the one on the DS with the train.
Wow, I never
And
heard
this was
that.
before Breath of the Wild, so like, couldn't say that one. And I said like, right, I really enjoy Spirit Tracks. Majora's Mask, also super good.
The Minish Cap.
The Minish Cap is also good. I have actually got that downloaded. My partner as one of my
What is your favorite Zelda game? The Wand of Gamelon on the CDI.
like, get out, get the fuck out of here.
My boy.
My boy, this piece is what all great warriors strive for.
Strive for.
Yep, same brain, same brain.
Boy. I'm sorry, Link. I can't give credit. Come back when you're a little richer. Richer.
Just love all the animations from that. They're so
deranged.
I know, they're so chaotic.
Characters never stop moving. It's such a
They
nightmare.
do. They're just like, hello, I am always moving, and you will never see me stop. And then I'm gonna zoom into the camera real fast.
Rope, lamp oil, bomb. I'd do anything for an Arbico steak.
It's really creepy. But no, so yeah, I didn't get the job, but it was really interesting being in their sort of like HQ. And it's
So I
pretty
imagine
nearby.
there's a lot of entertainment in London, like.
Don't make me go to London. Don't make me go to London. I hate that
Oh,
place.
you're in the UK. It's like 45 minutes away.
I know, but like we got really bad public transport. Well, no, it's like a few hours away.
I'm American. You have such good public transport.
Nah, it's garbage here. I mean,
No!
okay, so comparatively, yes, it is better than the US in terms of trains and stuff like that. But
because you have it.
yes, we have it. We have the infrastructure. But unfortunately, it is all privatized, so it is a fucking mess.
Okay.
And train tickets are absurdly expensive. That's part of the reason I got a motorbike, because I was so sick of fucking train fares all the time. Unfortunately, my motorbike is electric, so it can't go that far. I enjoy having it though. It's great. It's got advantages like I don't have to pay any road
I'm sure
tax
of
and
it.
stuff like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's just free road tax, and insurance is dirt cheap, and fuel costs are basically pennies.
Yeah, because those things are so fuel efficient. It's great.
Yeah, it's great. The only problem is like, I don't know, I live in a very hilly area, so like going up a hill, I'll check the battery. It's like, right, I'm on 93%, I'm on 70. What? It's just-
Here we go.
Here we go.
Up we go. Up.
and so I've got to take it to a garage to get the back thing fixed, but otherwise. Also, motorbikes are such a fucking hassle in terms of just like faff. Like, oh my god, like I want to go for a ride. It's like, cool, I gotta get my contact lenses in. I've got to put my motorbike jacket on. I've got to take the cover off the motorbike. I've got to get the lock off the motorbike. I've got to put the battery in the motorbike. It's just like,
I see.
there's so many steps. But that's why I'm looking forward to spring. So I don't want to ride around when it's like icy and cold and shit.
No one wants that.
But no, so yeah, with voice stuff, I'm excited to just get anything next year. I'm kind of just I want to take a yes man approach. You know, remember that Jim Carrey movie where he just says yes all the time,
And nothing bad happens.
and nothing bad happens.
Oh, you gotta also be careful though, because like you might get burnout if you do that. Take it from me. Like sometimes you gotta just do what you're interested in, and that's it.
Definitely.
It depends. It's your call at the end of the day. But like, I used to be that way where it's like I need to constantly submit auditions. I need to book anything I can. But then I reach a point where it's just like I don't really care about booking a lot of this stuff, and it's not that fun, and the money isn't that good. So I'm just going to just be on Twitter making silly posts, and if someone wants to work with me, great. And if not, if I find an interesting audition, I'll try out and go from there.
Yeah, exactly. I found a few of those recently wherein like it's a cool little audition. But I don't know. I mean yes man in the sense of just like trying to take on more.
Open to new experiences.
Yeah, open
and
to new
trying
things.
it.
Like, so if someone goes like, "Hey, can you voice in my YouTube video?" Blah blah blah. I'm like, "Yeah, sure, whatever." Like,
Yeah, yup, tub.
but yeah. Otherwise, I don't know. I always have these projects on the back burner. So just like,
Yeah.
because I've got some like anime Ask blog things that I wanted to dub, and I put a lot of work into them so far. I just need to record a couple things. Like, but it's one of those things where I feel like, right, I need to get this done so I can work on other things. But now I've got this sort of like anxiety about getting it done, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I got you.
And it's annoying. I don't like it. I don't like it. Right.
No, sir. I don't like it.
I'm not a fan. Gotta say, not a fan.
Not a fan. Yeah, it's I'm in a weird place. I'm 30, so like I'm an old bastard.
I'm almost as old as you. Almost. How old do you think I am? Now, I'm not going to take offense to your answer, but how old do you think?
Well, you kind of tilted your hand by saying you're almost as old as me. So.
Yeah, but ignore that.
Okay, I'm gonna ignore that.
I lied. I lied, actually.
I'm gonna say you're 26.
Oh, you flatter you.
I don't know.
You flatter me. No, I'm 29 on Monday.
Okay.
On
Okay,
Monday?
that's
You
awesome.
motherfucker. It's my birthday on the 2nd, so I'm excited for that. My partner's gonna treat me to whatever. I don't know.
Oh, fun.
How such fun. Oh, I lost the thing. Oh, I'm an idiot.
You lost the thing.
Yeah, I had the crest, and then I blew up a chest, and it exploded in my face, so I lost the crest.
Oh, fuck.
I'm an idiot.
Fuck.
But right, okay. I think I'm going to save it there, actually, so I'm going to save. I'm going to save and quit.
Save and quit.
Get into the freezer. And probably wrap it up there. Also, what is all this shit all over my desk? Mia, have you been doing cocaine on my desk? Mia? Have you? Tiny baby? Where's that webcam? But yeah, I think I'm going to wrap up the stream there because I've done as much Gungeon as I can run.
You've been Gungeoned out.
I'm all Gungeoned out. And it's New Year's Eve, so I've got to spend a little time with my partner.
Got a party.
Yeah, I'm going to have a party time. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks everyone for popping in. Thanks for those who followed, and I'll see you next time, hopefully. See you next year! I'll see you next bloody year. Alright, that's done. Wrapping up. Bye-bye.